KSFM HD2, New York. A good karma brands radio station. Don.
Sometimes fraud gives you movement. It sounded like it moved.
Hahn.
You heard a squish?
And Rosenberg.
Shake gently to assure complete activation. Hello.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Are you kidding me? It's exactly 3 o'clock. You know why? Because Jake Asman was in for Michael Kay, and the man respected the clock, and we get to start Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on time right at 3 p.m. Peter Rosenberg and Alan Hahn here in the studio in New York, and Don LaGreca in the great city of Tampa Bay, Florida. How are you, Donald?
Fantastic, nice 80-degree day.
Oh, boy.
Listen to this guy rubbing it in already.
I'm a fan. I've had a good time in Tampa.
How's the pool, Don?
I didn't go to the pool. I had work to do. Had a morning skate. He got two all banged up teams in the Devils and Lightning. Got to find out who's playing, who's not playing. Then I had a nice little lunch, and now I'm here at Benchmark International Arena. They might change the name by the third period. They've had so many names over the last few years, but that's where I am getting ready.
Huh?
Benchmark International Arena, formerly Amalie Arena, formerly St. Pete Times Forum.
Mm-hmm.
And we just go deeper and deeper. No banks.
So you're gone. You're gone tonight. You're out tonight after the game?
After the game, we're on our way to Sunrise for Devils Panthers on Thursday.
Oh, you know what that means, though? That means you get a beautiful Miami Wednesday? Is that what that means?
I get a Miami Wednesday.
Look at that.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But it's close enough.
You can still
Miami
did you bring a bathing suit?
I did.
Oh, yes.
I didn't let Nancy see that I packed it.
I love I really hope that sometime before, because there's no skate tomorrow, all you have is our Fakakta 2:30 meeting. In fact, I want you to be at the pool for the meeting.
That would be something.
That's what you should be.
Concur.
But I did pack the flip-flops and the bathing suits. I do have I plan on being at the pool. We'll take a look at what the weather's like, but I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous. No regrets there.
Poolside Donnie.
We love poolside Donnie. All right, well, listen, guys, lots of dudes today. And, when I went off to go play my reindeer games with pro wrestling last night and see John Cena,
thanks for the text, by the way. I was across the street. Never got it.
Wow.
A lot happened. There was a lot happening
Me and
there.
Zerbiak were waiting for the text. We were going to run over just to see Cena? Cena.
But Cena started the show, so you couldn't have done it. Cena was Seg 1. So
Seg 1 what time?
He was out there and talking by 8:06, 8:07. It was in the middle of it already.
That was doable.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't halftime yet.
It's doable.
No.
Could have done it.
He's full of it.
You saw the first half. It was meaningless.
Well, that's a different story. Yeah, could you have gotten away with it?
Could've.
Probably.
Could have. Didn't talk at all about the first half by the time we got to post game.
But that's another subject for today.
Yep.
But we'll start with a controversy that I didn't think a whole lot of when it happened. I certainly noticed it and went, interesting. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that it would take on a life of its own, and that is the injured Cam Skattebo of the New York Giants getting involved in a little bit of what we like to call in the business physicality at ringside with Dominic Mysterio. So did this immediately set Giants Twitter on fire? Like, was this an immediate problem for people?
I don't know. Was it a problem? Or was it, at first, everybody kind of just finding it entertaining? Every time you guys are in town, there's always a couple of years ago, it was Jalen Brunson. You always have somebody that likes wrestling. A lot of athletes do, that get involved in it. So he was there. He's wearing, by the way, he's wearing a Rempe jersey there, Don.
Yeah.
So he had that.
He knows what he's doing.
So he definitely knew what he was doing. But it, at first, just was very on brand for the kid. But then came the, this pearl clutching outrage about how he just had surgery and how could you do this, and scolding him. He's a 23-year-old kid. Raise your hand if you have one.
I don't.
I do.
I hope to.
Like this is what you do. This is what happens, and I could not understand all day long hearing how many people that have a microphone in front of them on various platforms in this city were scolding him for something that felt really innocuous.
By the way, I'm watching the clip back right now, and my main takeaway is seeing the great Jackie Redmond not let go of that mic, even though Dominic took it.
It was the OG Anunoby moment.
So Schultz gets the big shove from Dominic. Then Dominic comes back. Now Skattebo steps in front of Andrew Schultz. Thank God, because Schultz being tough ain't going to work. Light shove to McDonough. That shouldn't even happen. Well, I don't know why he put a hand on J.D. McDonough. That's crazy. And now they're still jawing.
But what's weird, Peter, is like they were staring at each other for a while. And I thought, it's just going to nothing's going to happen, right? I don't know how this is supposed to work.
And then, okay, so Alan, I did notice it. John was right. Skattebo does get pushed. So look, after Skattebo with a hard shove to J.D. McDonough, who goes down. Now watch. Boom. Finn Balor comes.
Yeah.
But just so you guys are aware, the Finn Balor shot to Skattebo was like it wasn't a shove. It was like a working punch. It was a lean. It was a nothing. And remember, there's a barrier between them. Okay? So not a lot was getting to Skattebo at all. And Skattebo had a seat behind him, right? Like he could have literally fallen back into his seat.
Well, what you didn't want is him taking a step back on what was an ankle that was dislocated and surgically repaired and have him, injured again. That's what everybody was afraid of. But those are controlled situations, aren't they, Peter? You know this better than anybody.
For the most part.
Yeah, we have seen wrestlers get injured when not everybody's on the same page. And Cam Skattebo is a very good running back. He's not a professional wrestler. So it's not crazy to think that it can go south. But there's a couple of things at play here. Mm-hmm. It's funny that Peter said Jackie Redmond, who does a great job as a sideline reporter in the NHL. The last I checked over the summer, ESPN and WWE got into a relationship to broadcast events. We've crossed streams here, guys, okay? Obviously, we've cross-pollinated wrestling and athletics to where they kind of share the same stage. And it's not crazy to think a 23-year-old athlete is going to be a fan of wrestling and look at the wrestlers as peers. So this is not that crazy that they're going to get together, and that's what MSG does, and that's what the New York does for the WWE. They try to incorporate it. We saw it with Brunson last year, the Giants this year. They always try to find a way to find that common theme, which exists now. 20, 30 years ago, it didn't exist. One was considered entertainment, one was considered sports. The line has been blurred, guys. It has been blurred. And for a 23-year-old to be in on wrestling and in on doing something like that is not crazy. So that you got to get over if you don't understand that. And the other thing is, if you do have a problem with it, which I don't think is that big of an issue, because something can happen, is have a problem with the Giants, not Cam. Because Cam's going to do it. Kids are going to do it. Kids feel like they're invincible. They're going to want to be a part of something. That's why there's got to be an adult in the room to say, you know what? I don't think this is that great of an idea. Because what if something does happen? How is that going to look for you and the organization if, God forbid, something weird happened and you re-injure your ankle and you can't play even longer? It's going to look really bad. So is it worth it? But are there adults in the room with the Giants anymore? It doesn't feel that way. So if you've got any anger for this, have the anger point at the Giants, not the kid.
I agree with you. That's exactly where you put it, because anybody who's 23 years old and he's jacked up on Mountain Dew, his personality is absolutely that, right? So you have to know already that there's no way he's not going to go. So, by the way, when they do this stuff, how far back are we going? Is it September? Is it like they couldn't have called like Thursday and say, "Hey, you want to come Monday?"
No, it could have been.
You think it was that? It could have been that recent.
Oh yeah, it could have been very recent.
All right, so they've got to go through now. They'll probably go through his agent. But they also have to go through the team.
I would think the team would be aware. Multiple Giants were there. Abdul Carter was there. So like with multiple Giants there, they are aware.
So they're aware. So there was no one in the organization that said, "Hey, Cam, if you're going to go, just stay out of things." Right? Like there's no one that thought to say that to him. That's the part that I'm with Don. Everybody attacking Skattebo. Number one, you're hypocrites. Number two, you're not paying attention. That's what I'm tired of people, especially, he's 23. He has never lived a normal life. This is a guy that played high-level college football, which is fantasy world. These guys live in fantasy world. Yeah. They don't live a normal life when you play college, especially college football. Then he went to the NFL, and he became an instant success fan favorite in New York.
Yep.
That's fantasy world.
Yeah.
This kid doesn't know the word no, or you can't, or I shouldn't, right? He lives a different life. So for you to hold him to this standard of that you should know better and that was dumb for you to do it, guess what? He doesn't know any other way, but 100%. And he's an adrenaline rush kind of guy, and he said in his tweet about how he's trying to have a good time while dealing with a tough time.
Yeah.
He cannot, for the first time in a long time, run around and play football and get hit. He loves being hit. He loves running into people. He loves physicality. And he can't be part of any of it right now because he's hurt, and it's driving him crazy. I bet you Sundays he can't sit still watching football. So he has this moment, and he knows it's controlled, and he's like, I just want a little bit of adrenaline. I just need it. And so that was what it was supposed to be for him. I'm with Don. You want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at the Giants. Because they should have told him, you can't go or you can't be involved in anything.
Well, there's a few things here. All right. Number one, let's remember, he's wearing a walking boot. Okay? We saw him on Sunday. The injured leg is in a walking boot. There's a solid amount of protection on that.
Surgically protected ankle.
It's a pretty protected foot, though.
Okay.
That boot's pretty padded. Like,
It's made of plastic.
Him leaning back, but there's padding inside of it. Him leaning back and a little bit of weight going on the leg is not snapping the leg instantaneously. Now, obviously, if this had been a longer, real drawn-out thing, I'd have a major problem with it. But this, no. Second of all, we've talked about this, guys. Cam Skattebo's career with the Giants has never been a guaranteed thing, and it certainly isn't a guaranteed thing now.
He's living in the moment.
He's living in the moment.
Yep.
By the way, he's brilliantly building his brand. He was at UFC front row. He's here front row. What was Cam, a 5th-round pick, 4th-round pick? This isn't some 4th-round pick. Cam Skattebo's NFL career is not guaranteed. He's building stardom in New York City right now. I know this is hard for football fans to deal with. That may be as important to him personally as the football stuff.
Well, because that's probably what, again, in this city, what he's already developed. By the end of his career, he'll be one of those players that everybody just loves. And when you see him, it's like, oh, there he is, Cam. Like, that's what happens with guys like him. And if he stays here long enough, he can turn it into something. But these moments
add to that.
Afterward.
Right. That's what these moments are for.
Of course.
But that's why there needs to be somebody in the room to say, I get why you want to do it, but let's think this through here.
Wouldn't look good for us for you to be out there doing this.
What is your end game? All right, it helps your brand. It gets you out there. But, you're under contract with us. You're a football player first and foremost. I don't know if I want you to be in that situation. Plus, listen, you'd know better than me, Peter, because my wrestling knowledge goes back a long, long time ago. Do these wrestlers sometimes go rogue? I mean, are there contracts signed that say only do this? I mean, would it be the first time that a wrestler decided, maybe I'm going to take it a little farther than I should because I want to make a name for myself. I want to cause a little controversy. Who was that reporter that got punched in the side of the head back in the
John
day, right?
Stossel? Well,
right, I'm saying, is it that, if I'm the Giants, I'm like, is it that crazy that something off script can happen or maybe something off brand that can make us look bad? You know what? At the end of the day, it's a good bump for you, but it could go sideways. We don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get involved in that way. And then you work it out from there. I wouldn't have any problem with that if the Giants wanted to step in, guys.
If they said, what's in, there's no win for us. There's nothing in it for us. So we'd rather you just don't do it. Because it's a bad look for us if you're involved in something physical. Like a couple of years ago when Brunson and Halliburton did that thing. Brunson was just coming off wrist surgery. And there was actually something done, if I'm not mistaken,
with the chair.
In the ring, with the chair. And then he kind of showed his hand. He had a little brace on it.
Yeah.
And he showed the hand. And it was like everybody in the building was like, no, not the hand. Like don't do anything with the hand. So, but I don't remember that kind of outrage with Brunson. I didn't have people going screaming about Brunson.
Well, maybe it's
why is it this?
Maybe it's the foot part. You can't control the foot as much though.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when Brunson did it, the Knicks are winners, the Giants are losers. Right? I mean, so the winners get the benefit of the doubt, the losers don't. Now, the Knicks haven't won anything, but, there's a good feeling around the Knicks.
Season, yeah.
They're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
So you kind of give them the benefit of the doubt and say, they're probably buttoned up enough because look how this organization is. Right now, Knicks fans respect the organization, right? They respect the decisions that are being made because the team's winning. The team's the favorite to go to the NBA Finals. Last year, they were really good. But The Giants right now, anything that they do is going to go sideways for them because nobody respects them anymore.
Can I throw a semi?
I'd like to be a part of whatever's happening too. I mean, I'm
Well,
hearing
I'm
little whispers.
yeah,
little
no,
giggles.
No, show me his phone.
Really
I feel bad.
I didn't whisper though. It was Jalen Brunson responded to Cam Skattebo's tweet
with a picture with a gif of Edge walking with the belt on. So they're having fun with it.
But they're all fans.
And they're all fans. Now, but listen, can I just say something here? I'm going to step out here just a bit. Is it possible, guys, that the outrage fans on Twitter have right now for Cam Skattebo, a guy who makes $840,000, which I know is a lot of money to all of us here, but not for an NFL player who risks their life every day? Should maybe a little of the outrage, instead of it being focused on what Skattebo did for one night at WWE, be on the fact that this organization has one of the most dangerous fields to play on in the entire league? I'm sorry. Let's just focus our outrage the right way, guys.
Well,
where do you really want to focus the energy? You found your starting quarterback. He likes to run quite a bit. I don't know if you guys saw Josh Jacobs the other day. His leg bounced off that turf, and now he's hurt. It happens over and over again, Don. If you really want to protect these guys, maybe we prioritize the field that they play on.
But the funny thing about all of this, guys, and hold that thought, because there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay. It's the selection, it's their customer service, and it's the savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM83492, MSRP $27,055, zero security deposit, and $12,125. You got to realize where it all comes from. People that don't understand wrestling, don't respect wrestling, thinks it's a joke. So really, do you value the opinion of somebody who thinks of wrestling in that way? They're obviously got their fangs out because they think wrestling's a joke. Why would Cam Skattebo lower himself to do this? That's entertainment. It's all rigged. It's a joke. Why would you respect somebody's opinion, Peter, if they have that low a value of wrestling? So don't you think it kind of comes from that more so than anything else?
I think that's definitely built into it. Why are you risking yourself at silly, fake wrestling, as they call it, and when you do something real? You're a part of something important, professional football.
But meanwhile, Cam Skattebo and a lot of players, probably more than 50% of the players, especially the younger ones, look at wrestlers as peers.
Not only that, if you have the personality, look, and style of Cam Skattebo, and it doesn't work out in the NFL.
Exactly.
How many options do you got? You don't make a ton of money.
ESPN airs wrestling.
That's right, including Survivor Series, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Saturday, I should say.
Jackie Redmond, who is one of the most respected sideline reporters in the NHL, if not sideline reporters in all of sports, does wrestling. Because they cross, it's together. It's not separated like it was back in the day. So to these players, it's not that way. So I'm not saying you have a place to be critical of it. I mean, I didn't love it.
Well, you mean you didn't love last night?
I just don't like putting yourself in harm's way when you've just gotten hurt. Your team's it's just not my thing. I probably would advise against it, but at the end of the day, if he really, really wanted to do it, would I have caved? Maybe.
Well, 23-year-old Don LaGreca would have done what? Without anyone telling him not to, what would Don have done?
Well, 23-year-old Don LaGreca would not be worried about my injury.
Thank
I'd be doing everything that I could.
Yeah, you just want to have fun.
That's why you have people to kind of overlook those things, and not overlook, but oversee those decisions. Because after the end of the day, these are kids, and they're going to err on the side of let's just have fun.
And it should be
indestructible.
Right. Again, your anger, all you curmudgeons out there,
right.
And I can't believe I'm the one that's saying this, right? But I could not believe the outrage. It was silly. The people that you call out, his agent should have said, let's not do this. The team should have said something. Maybe a family could have said something to him, right? Maybe. But 23-year-old, when you know his personality, you know what he's about. I mean, the guy is just he's a ball of energy.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, you know what, I'm going to sit out this one. No, he's not. He's living for the moment. What Peter said is 100% right. It's right now. It's not protect your chicken. It's get your chicken.
He's building he is building the arsenal to be able to get his chicken.
There you go.
As we speak. Every time he shows up, I saw the applause for him at UFC on Saturday.
Dude, he was courtside at a Knicks game and got an ovation, and the Giants stink.
Listen,
ovation.
But
they love him.
There's some kind of connection that fans have with guys that sometimes you can't explain it. Like Matt Rempe with the Rangers. Like sometimes
guys.
They just, the fans gravitate to him, and they certainly have gravitated in a lost season to him. But let me ask you this, and you can answer it on the other side if you want, is if I'm the Giants organization, we understand why you would say no because of the possibility of re-injuring the ankle, right? What if the reason and the motivation behind it was we're losing, man, and we're going to lose in the court of public opinion with this. It's not a great look when we're 2-9 and our injured running back is at a WWE event. We're going to end up losing in the court of public opinion. It's a bad PR move. We're not going to allow you to do it. Is that enough of a reason to say no?
If you're him?
No, if you're the Giants. Like if the Giants' motivation was, if we were 9-2 and on top of the world, have at it. Right now, everything we do is wrong. Everything we do is perceived to be wrong. We just fired our coach. Let's lay low. Let's not do anything that's going to stir a negative controversy. Nobody's going to side with us on this because everybody hates us right now. You know what? Let's not do it. Is that enough of a reason for the Giants to say no? Because I believe it is.
I think if you're the Giants, you're looking at it as an opportunity to have something publicly positive.
But has it been?
No, that's the problem. It blew up in your face.
But why? Because they're losers. So sometimes do the losers have to step out?
Yeah, I see what you
mean.
mean.
Do the losers say no to the party because they're a loser?
You know what no one's bringing up? Abdul Carter and the championship belt.
It's a long show, Alan. We got to pace ourselves.
But to me, like if you want to go – when was the last time a number 2 pick in the draft was like the least most popular player on his team with two other rookies?
Well, by the way, and last night when they fonted them in the building, at least it was fonted as Cam Skattebo, and then it just said New York Giants.
Rest.
See,
Abdul Carter.
Oh my God!
You know what? You have a half sack. Stay home. You know, to the loser, to the winners go the spoils. Right? The losers stay home. The losers decline the invitation.
That's one.
You know what? Shut the light.
Well,
And hold out for a better day.
You just overslept for a meeting, and
right.
It's like there was all this talk about you doing all this stuff. It's probably not the time to go out. Like,
no,
I would not want to be out in the city.
Winners flex. You know, when you're 9-2, you go out, you have fun. Everybody will applaud it. You can murder somebody. It's like, well, maybe the guy had it coming. But when you're 2-9. You could actually feed the homeless, and they say, look at this guy. He should be practicing.
But you know what?
Instead, he's feeding the homeless.
But the exact reason, and you're right, Don, that you should say, you know what, Abdul, maybe you stay home. Skattebo is the only guy. Him and Dart are the guys this year that can be outside.
Yes.
Especially Skattebo because now he's hurt. He's actually part of why you go, oh, man, if we had Skattebo, things would be different. So like, he can be outside now. It just happened to be that this physical thing happened, and now people are all bent out of shape and clutching their pearls. Now, I will say, there's also a small chance, guys, you don't know, that there was not planned physicality, but that they were supposed to just talk, who knows, and then all of a sudden things went off the rails. Yeah. It is an improvised.
That happens?
Right.
Yes.
Wait. It goes off You're telling me, so there's just something that's scripted of what we're going to do.
Generally scripted.
And if something doesn't happen, some guy just goes, well, all right, we got to do something.
Well, exactly, because if you notice, they are standing there for a while before a shove happens. So there's a chance that maybe the breakup was supposed to happen earlier, and instead it doesn't happen. So Cam actually did the right thing. And I can't hear what was said, but it's possible that Finn Balor said, shove me. Because I'm not going to shove you.
Right.
So it's possible that Finn goes, shove me. And that's why Cam, because it's odd that Cam would go rogue and hit the big shove.
Yeah, and then he flopped big time.
And he flew.
Yeah.
So it's possible, or maybe it was McDonough, Finn or McDonough, whoever it was. Oh, it was McDonough. It's possible J.D. McDonough's going, shove me. And then Cam did it. McDonough goes flying.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended up there. You just don't know.
See.
And guys, I got news for you. That's why, just for people to understand, that's why nerds like myself love it so much, because it's very hard to figure out, and you spend all your time dissecting what's real and what's not. That's what makes it fun.
But one's a professional and the other one's not. So there are times that things can happen, right?
For sure.
Things happen when two professionals who know what they're doing. When you add an amateur to it,
yep.
That's when things can happen.
All right, let's take a break. Phone lines are jammed. 1-800-919-3776. We'll talk to you about this and much more. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. We've got a rough ride over in the Bronx. First on the Bronx River Parkway northbound, a crash by Allerton Avenue blocking the right lane. Tow already on the scene. Hopefully they'll get it out of there soon. Jam there from before the Cross Bronx. Another hit on the Bruckner southbound over by East Tremont Avenue. Packed ride heading over to the Throgs Neck Bridge from Pelham Parkway. Worst of it's the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. You're crawling from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. Adding to the slowdowns, an accident in the right lane involving a tractor trailer by the Sheridan. Inbound George looking pretty good, even with road work on the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln running about 5 to 10. Outbound Hahn 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry banana to sour apple. Packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle, you'll get as much caffeine as 12-ounce premium coffee with 0 sugar and also 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade. Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Ladies and gentlemen, knock yourself out. So is that where you're... I see what you're doing, Jacob. Because Cam, in theory, could have knocked himself out if things had gone wrong yesterday.
We don't want that.
No, we would not want that. But yeah, a lot of, as my dad would say, a lot of greats and near greats in the building last night to see John Cena's final Raw. But the Cam Skattebo moment seemed to be the thing that went.
Did you get any
crazy.
time with Cena?
Yesterday, I did not. Did not see him for a second. Backstage is a wild.
I bet.
MSG is the weirdest setup.
Back of the house.
Back of the house at MSG is the weirdest one of any. it ends up being just like this one open space where everyone mills about. Whereas like every other arena, people are kind of everywhere.
Because it's not even though it is an oval, a circle.
But it's a pain. You have these small hallways.
Yeah.
So no one stays in the small hallways. So everyone ends up sort of just in the back of house, kind of wandering the same area.
You only have the stage area where the concerts are. You only have that side where the ramp is. Because the other side's the Delta Club.
Right.
So there's no other place to really have that kind of setup.
Everybody.
So you're all kind of in the same place.
Yeah. So, but no, I did not see Cena, but it was a fun match, and I'll be back at MSG Theater tonight for NXT for anyone who's going to that.
You living there?
That's right.
You know what that's like, right, Alan?
I'm like you guys right now.
Yeah.
And I am the matches I'm calling are airing on next week's NXT, but they're at the top of the show. So I'm being told that my introduction, I get an intro, is at like 7:07. So I got to get out of here early today to make sure I'm in the building. And I don't
got to see this guy right now, Don. Do you see him at all?
No, I
the,
see.
Return.
You've seen this look. You've seen this version.
Little black turtleneck.
I didn't think it was a tie situation, but I thought it was a suit situation.
I think it's a good look.
So this was my.
He's got a little shark skin gray.
Yeah, that's the shark skin was for you.
And then the matching pocket square.
I went with the black matching pocket square.
No. It's got a little sinister look to it.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
Little gangster.
I do.
Well, I got to have my intro and walk the ramp. And a little bit of pressure on me because I think I feel like people expect that because it's in New York, I should get a pretty good cheer when I get introduced.
You would hope.
Think.
You'd hope so.
Better.
That the crowd that comes out for NXT considers me one of them.
You're big on the island.
I need that tonight.
That'd be great.
Oh, I need that tonight. That'd be great.
But imagine that.
So that'll be an interesting thing in a little bit. But right now we're talking about last night and the reactions to Cam Skattebo getting in on the action. We'll get started on the phones, 1-800-919-3776. Keith in Jersey, get us started.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Don, congratulations to the Devils announcement. Doing an announcer job. You're doing great with that.
Thank you.
We're in first place, I believe.
Yes.
But the last night, listen, it's no harm, no foul. Since you said winners get the goods, Brunson and in WWE 2K video game.
Right.
So it's about the flash. Eagles players was in the building last night. But the bottom line is, if you did, like everybody said, if you didn't want them there, you shouldn't have made the deal. This, that, and the other, and then turn around. They're video game junkies. If they're John Cena fans, and you got a shot to go see Cena's last Raw at the Mecca, I got to do it. I got to do it. I'm sorry, And Abdul Carter, he'd be running laps up and down the Giant Stadium with his excuse my French, with his uniform on because he was falling asleep. Hey. You don't ask for the Icon's jersey number and you sleeping like that.
There are two motivating factors for killing Cam Skattebo. The first one I mentioned, that people don't have any respect for wrestling, so they're like, why are you doing that? Why are you sullying your reputation to do that? The other thing is, people in general do not want their losing team to do other things because it comes across like, see, this is why Carter's falling asleep in meetings, because he's not focused on football. Right. This is why Cam got hurt, because he's playing video games and watching wrestling and not like this is
stop
what
doing podcasts and get in the gym.
Because again, the losers don't get the benefit of the doubt, and they've been losers for a long time, and they like Cam, but they're going to jump on anything that loser organization does right now. That's just the facts.
I think you're right.
And if you're winning, like the Knicks were winning, so Brunson, it becomes something that's fun. If the Giants were 9-2, everybody would be loving today. So let's get to the bottom. That's the motivation behind people killing this, okay? They hide behind, he could have gotten hurt, or it looks really bad for the. But they're hiding behind the fact that they have no respect for wrestling and they have no respect for losing.
Right.
Well, listen, the ones who have no respect for wrestling, that's who I want to call, because I just want the smoke. Now, real quick, because it's gotten mentioned a few times now, we do have to be responsible. I won't say journalists, because I'm certainly not that, but broadcasters, and say Abdul Carter has vehemently denied the sleeping through a meeting. He said, quote, "My mistake was an honest mistake. I own the fact that it was an honest mistake. I was getting treatment, and I told Coach Kafka that 2. But to say I was sleeping at that time just wasn't true. And it also wasn't a trend. This is the only time it happened.
All right, so this is a report, though, right? No, not his statement.
The report is that he
Schefter
slept
this
through it.
today.
Right,
And then
so-
he told Schefter, Abdul reached out to Schefter and told him.
But Kafka wasn't like he wasn't quoted saying he overslept.
No.
He wasn't quoted saying this has been a repeat issue, right? This was a report.
Correct.
So
Yes.
wherever that information
But that's an
came
important,
from,
but like for the record, especially in this market, it's really important that if it's not true, he refute it the way he is.
Yes, it is.
Because if one person in the building said, I don't know where he was, probably slept through it, and that started, he goes, no, I messed up. I planned treatment. I shouldn't have. That's not the same as me going, I don't feel like going to the meeting. I'm dead asleep. That is a different thing, and it's important that you tell the world that.
but no one wants to believe that.
No,
That's the
not now.
problem.
Again, back to
Also, no
Don's
one wants
point,
to believe
because they're losing.
Yeah.
Right. And listen, I find it difficult to believe that he would not be in the starting lineup because he was at treatment and not a walkthrough. That does seem like a pretty harsh punishment.
Well, but either way, if you missed it, but if you messed up, miscommunicated, and skipped the meeting, I could see them saying, "Hey, whatever the reason was, you skipped the meeting.
You still missed
That's
the
your
meeting.
bad. Keep a better calendar. Get a better
You would
assistant."
think if he overslept and purposely missed the meeting, he wouldn't have played.
At all.
Right? You don't play him.
Yeah, like literally was dead asleep. They called his phone. He's like, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
no. It's like,
Listen, we don't know
I
what the
agree.
truth is. I just want to put out that he's saying that.
glad
Like,
you
it's
did that.
important.
And the other thing that happened that's important is, and everybody noticed that Kafka was the only one that spoke yesterday because he changed the practice schedule.
And
Typically, the Giants did practice on Mondays. They didn't now under
but he
Kafka.
wasn't asked. He was not asked about this specifically.
He changed the normal practice times, and Carter told Schefter he didn't realize the change was made until he was in treatment at the time he was used to. So he'd get treatment because there was never practice at that time, walk through
Right.
anything. And now he had to tell Kafka, listen, this is when my treatment is, didn't realize, won't happen again. Still got him disciplined for a drive, didn't affect CeeDee Lamb. And
But I don't believe that you would sit out the opening drive for something like a miscommunication. Kind of like the Barzell thing the other day, right? Alan, we both speculated that can't just be being late for one meet. There must have been a trend here because that was a pretty harsh to not dress. That's pretty harsh.
No,
And
no,
so
that's the difference between you don't play your first shift to not dress at all, to be scratched means that's an issue that we're trying to squelch. And by the way, how's he played since that moment?
Exactly. No,
He's
exactly.
been on fire.
But you got 82 games as opposed to 17. So,
But I also think, though, Don, that if this was something that they really were concerned about and wanted to address, and it was like a defiance, they would have done more than one series. But I also know that people would prefer, especially because, like you just said, it's the team that's losing and a rookie that is not performing with any stats. So people want to believe, oh, that's why he sucks.
Right.
Because he's lazy or he doesn't care, he's undisciplined.
We get accused all the time of having an agenda. The fans have an agenda.
Absolutely.
And their agenda is, I am not going to back a guy that's got a half a sack and was the third overall pick in the draft on a team that's 2-9.
There you go.
And that's where it comes. Now, also to get this straight, too, he's also denied being late in the past, right? Because that also was part, I think it was Pat Leonard's report, that not only did he miss that walkthrough, but he's also had issues all season with time. So, but he's denying all of that, correct? Or is he just denying falling asleep?
No, he is saying that it's not a repeat thing. He did say that to Shefty. Now, Kafka, after the game, said it was my decision and we'll keep the rest of that in-house.
Right.
So he wasn't going to corroborate anything that was source-based that was reporting on that day.
Now, I'll tell you one thing that might help him. Some BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of
I
us.
think everybody needs this now.
Because this is an ad by BetterHelp. In November, BetterHelp's doing something very cool this November. They're encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there for them, all right? I know for me, when I've gone through the worst times, listen, I couldn't just have people like Michael Kay who embarrass me, call me a vape ape, and don't want to talk about my problems.
Yeah, he was not a help to you at all.
No, I needed people like Don LaGreca.
That wasn't tough love?
If Kay had a company like this, it'd be called Worse Help.
Right, it'd be called, or not help.
No help.
No help. Yeah, exactly. Code K. But I had people like Don, and I had Gunling and RJ, and they would check in on me. And it's important that you have someone who's checking in on you and that you do the same for others. Also, therapy that you can get at BetterHelp. They have over 30,000 therapists to choose from. They have an incredible rating of their reviews, 4.9 out of 5 for live sessions. That's based on over 1.7 million client reviews. So you fill out a questionnaire, you get lined up with a therapist. If you don't like it, you can change it anytime. It's an amazing way to do therapy. So this month, don't wait to reach out, whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself. BetterHelp makes it easy to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Now, I'm not in love with the way that came off for Michael, so I just want to get a little bit more into the fact that Michael is very helpful, and Michael does care. He just didn't respect the problem you were going through. Because if he had gone through it, it would have been maybe a tiny little half-second hiccup in his life, and he'd move on. So he didn't understand.
No, it would have been a bad half hour, and then as soon as the room at the Plaza was booked,
right?
So he couldn't relate, is what you're saying.
Could not relate.
No, he could not relate.
Totally
but no, he does care.
He cared.
But
he cared for me to stop crying in the corner and start being funny on the show again, like little Yo-Yo Monkey Boy. He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time. He wasn't worried about, can I jump up and make the cymbal clap?
That's right. Shut up and play. That's Michael's fault.
Yeah,
that's an AI someone needs to create now.
Of Michael standing there.
No, you as
with me as the monkey with the cymbal.
You as the monkey with the cymbals.
I don't know if we go back. Well. I don't even know if Peter can repeat what he just said. I got to hear that back. The direction that you went with that.
Oh, the description.
It was very Patrick Mahomes-esque. The way you just rattled off the name of that.
Right, the play. You called the play. That was an incredible play, and I don't know if you'll ever be able to call that play.
Do you
again.
even remember the order in which you said everything? It was
now?
Spectacular. Yeah.
I don't even know what I said.
Yeah, so play it back.
Play it back.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, listen.
Put it on the page.
It could be on the page. All right, let's talk back to the people. George is in Bermuda. Hey, George.
Hey, Bermuda, nice.
Hey, how you doing?
Is your weather better than Don's right now?
Where's
80
Don?
and sunny.
Don's 80 and sunny in Tampa, Florida.
It's a little cooler here. It's probably like in the 70s.
Oh boy, try to get through it. We're here for you. If you need
we're here.
any
We got your
support.
back, though, buddy.
Yeah, better help.
Right on. So first thing I thought about when I heard that, or I watched the video of Skattebo, was that scene from Moneyball when Brad Pitt walked into the locker room and Jeremy Johnby's dancing on the table after they lost, and he says, "Is losing fun?"
Yeah.
And no. And then, well, why the hell are you having fun?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was
right.
going through my mind when I saw that video.
Right. He should be sitting home, with a towel over his head, openly weeping at the fact that his season's over and the Giants are awful. But that's how fans think, because that's what they're going through. They think that these guys should be suffering as much as the fans are. But a 23-year-old's going to overcome.
Would Saquon be having fun if they were losing? I don't think he had 1 minute of fun when they were losing and he was on the Giants.
But he still did things in the city. He was still out.
Yeah, he was.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely
Listen,
out.
everybody deals with things differently.
Did you
maybe
see?
Saquon wasn't that way.
Did you happen to see Joe Mazzulla, the Celtics coach?
I'm aware.
Was asked. So they had it was a kids' day at the Garden in Boston, and they had a kid reporter ask a question about how do you balance, pushing your team to be its best yet also having fun. Mazzulla's answer, I don't know how the kid didn't leave crying.
Was it along the lines of why have fun? If you want to have fun, do something else?
Well, he was just saying
sounds like my question in the meeting last week.
That fun, but he was talking about how fun is, why is that important? And you should get that out of your head as fast as you can.
Fun.
Yeah, because he talks about how for different people, fun means different things. The process is fun. The work is fun. Obviously winning is fun. It was actually profound what he was saying, but he was saying it to a child.
Right.
And so if we find it, he's a psychotic man.
No, he's a psychotic man.
But he's
unquestionably a psychotic man.
But it also, if you listen to it as an adult, you're like, you know what?
No, as an adult.
You know what?
But you have to remember, when kids want to get involved in sports, it's for the literal fun. That's how you fall in love with the game.
You got to get that out of you got to get that out of your head as fast as you can.
But what gets celebrated in this culture?
Winning.
winning and being obsessed with winning. Michael Jordan, obsessed with winning. It didn't matter whether it was ping pong or Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Right.
Tom Brady, obsessed with winning.
Right.
That's what gets celebrated in this culture.
History
and
is
anything less
written
than
by
that,
the winners.
that's why you're not winning, because you're not as dedicated as Tom Brady, as Michael Jordan, as LeBron James, all the other guys that have won.
And that can never stop because they're addicted to it. Is the only thing that makes them tick.
And the rest of us who can't do that are in awe of those who can. And so we want to see that. We admire it versus James Harden, who will go to the Hall of Fame. He's never going to win a championship. And we'll always say, guy's not a winner. But he's one of the great players to ever play the game.
Yeah,
but
it seems like he's having a ball.
Not a winner. Not a
seems
winner.
like he's having a ball when
he's
he
loving
plays.
it. He's loving it. But it's just now he's not a winner. Like, that's what's going to happen. Kevin Durant, he had to chase a ring. Right? Like that. Like, that's what we'll do to these guys because they're just not psychotic. Yeah. And we, for some reason, are in awe of those who are psychotic about winning. And so when you see what we saw last night, and it's a losing team, that's what you're going to get from fans.
1-800-919-3776. More on this subject and a lot more to get to, including the Knicks issues last night. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I got a really bad paper cut yesterday because it wasn't your garden variety. It was on one of those big holiday magazines that you get.
Oh, no.
Swipe through, and all of a sudden I was like, oh! It was a big, thick book, and I put my index finger there and just swiped across. Like, oh!
I'll tell you
and
what.
now I'm going to have to live with that.
It's probably going to be a scar.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Hey, it's Gary Myers. Catch my NFL show, The Saturday Huddle.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes!
Every Saturday at noon, right here on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month, call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Your fantasy roster is set, the Smack Talk is heating up, and this season ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook, download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans,
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
This is interesting.
We were just talking about this man, right?
We sure were. We were just talking public enemy during the break. The great Chuck D. Have you heard from Chuck yet this season? Is he concerned?
Actually, I'm not. It's early.
Yeah,
Chuck's a fraud, right?
Wait, whoa.
Excuse me.
Yeah, remember we had him on? He was talking about the Celtics, and he likes the Celtics.
Well, but he when he says likes.
No. He said wait. He said, remember we got into an argument. He said the Celtics played dirty ball and it was immoral. Remember?
Yeah, he likes.
He went off. He yelled at me and went off. It was like they're immoral the way they play.
Yeah, he got aggressive in that. I remember that conversation.
But we also had him on and he respected him for some reason.
Well, but there's certain players, I guess. I think he's a big Jaylen Brown guy. With celebrities and entertainers, but his roots are in the Knicks.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I don't see celebrity when I'm doling out fraud. I see it whether it's the guy that sells me the newspaper or a Grammy award-winning artist. I mean,
fraud
I
is
treat
fraud.
everybody the same.
Fraud is fraud.
Don't make fun of my son. He's getting through it.
He's adorable.
How'd you speak at 8?
What is fraud?
That's adorable.
It's getting better.
I
want to shout out.
By the way, I spoke better at 8 than I do now.
Is that true?
Absolutely. Look, how much worse could this get?
Good point. Go ahead, Don. Sorry.
That's not right. A shout out to Barbara from Long Island. She just reached out to me. She's back in the hospital, but she's listening to the show. She brought her tablet, so I want to wish her nothing but the best, and hopefully she gets out soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are thinking of you, Barbara.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. We love Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Get better, Barbara.
Play the Mazzulla real quick.
Yeah, here's the Mazzulla cut we were just talking about.
Don, I want you to see if you can decipher this and just translate it for me.
Okay.
It's Kids Day here at the Garden. How do you balance pushing players to improve while also keeping the game fun for them?
I struggle with that, to be honest with you. I think everyone has a different definition of fun, and you have to find one as a team. And, I think fun's a cop-out sometimes when things aren't going well. Everybody likes to say, well, let's just have fun. And it's like, well, what does that mean, And so, I think you have to define what fun looks like as a team, and then you kind of have to go after that. But, that phrase can be a cop-out sometimes. So as you get older, kid, don't use it, It's like, I just want to have fun. It's like, well, what does that mean? So, you just got to define that. It's a good question. I struggle with that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Did you hear the thing?
By the way, the
kid ran out the door.
The starting, I just so respect Mazzulla, though, for the starting with the kid answer by going, I struggle with that.
Yeah.
That's a real answer.
I appreciate his answer.
Okay.
Because listen, you're at different stages of your life. When I coached Marco's fall baseball team, the objective was not to win. It was to teach them the game and respect the game and respect each other, and the outcome really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But when you start getting into the contracts and the money, winning does matter. It does. So it's not the same as going out on the playground and playing. His job's on the line. If he doesn't win, he's going to lose his job.
Well, it's results, right?
So it's a result-oriented business. So weighing the fun, you can't go after a tough loss, you can't say I had fun. Where kids that when that kid goes out and plays ball, hey, you can find a way, a silver lining in a loss and say, oh, at least we had fun, at least we learned something. That's all over once you get to the professional ranks, right?
No,
so
it's all over when you get to high school.
Man.
Come on.
For some.
In high school, you're not walking off the court after a loss going, well, that was fun,
it depends.
though.
But it depends on where you are. There are some high school kids that are just doing it fun. They know they don't have a future. Once their senior year comes and they graduate, they're done. Other guys are trying to get a scholarship. Other guys think they might be able to do this beyond high school. Not everybody is on the same level. When you get to the professional ranks, everybody's in the same game to win. right? Everybody, even though they might be on different levels as far as talent is concerned, at the end of the day, the objective is to win the game, to get into the playoffs, to try to win a championship. On the high school level, there are some guys who knows that, after their last game, that's it. They'll never put on a uniform again. And some, it's just the beginning of their career. So they are in completely different stratospheres.
I don't know. I guess I never had fun.
I didn't.
If we lost, I was miserable.
I believed in my heart, as ridiculous as this sounds. You might want to check me in for better health.
That's not how it works. But keep going.
Until the day I got cut at Ramapo College's baseball team,
okay,
I still thought I had a chance to go pro.
Oh, I get it.
I still believed that there was some way, shape, or form I'd be discovered. As much of a pipe dream as that was.
Doesn't matter.
So when I got cut from the baseball team, my dream died. But it was alive until the second I got cut.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely. For me, I had it in my head that I was going to play professionally somewhere. I was obviously not going to play in the NBA, but I wanted to go overseas. I knew guys that played over there. I'm like, I could do this, and I wanted to do it. The day they told me about my knee, that when the second time I tore up my knee, and they just basically said, like, it's probably not going to work out. It's going to take you about a year and a half. And I was a senior, and I was like, well, I guess that's it. And I felt like it was the first time I was like, now I'm a regular person now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know, Don, if you can relate to that.
You're not going pro anymore.
But I was like, I'm a regular person now. I really don't, like, I need something else now.
I'm not
I
going
need
to work
a why.
for a living now.
Yeah, like I needed a why. That's the first time it registered with me. So for me, like, I don't understand the whole fun thing. I don't get it.
Right.
And what Mazzulla said resonated with me, even though he was talking to a kid, and you felt like, why are you saying this to that kid? But it resonated with me what he said.
Yeah, but don't you think that there were kids in high school, not everybody thought that way?
But then God, I had teammates. Are you kidding me?
No.
I'd stare at them like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Why are you having fun?
Like, what are you doing?
Because they were
He's like, that was hilarious. I'm like, it was not hilarious. Like,
they were in a different headspace. But once you all get to the pros, though, then it's a problem if you're not thinking that way. Because now it's your job.
True.
Now that's what you do.
Yeah. But isn't that where everything we do, though? Everything you do. There's a certain point you get to where it's like, whatever. Like, if you're having fun with what you do, you don't call it work, that cliche.
Yeah.
But we're still working. Right? Because it's fun because you have success, because you're good at it.
It would be fun if I could figure out where I need to sit so half of my face isn't covered in that screen.
Yeah, I don't know what you're
I'm staring.
Squirrely today. You're squirrely.
I'm staring dead at the camera.
It is almost as if the camera is a rifle and you're trying to dodge getting shot. The whole show.
Just walk right up to it.
I'm trying my hardest. Like,
walk right up to it and then back up.
Did I make it better or worse? I'm going to look right now.
No, way worse.
I just made it way worse?
Way worse.
So I went the wrong way is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no.
Wait. Yeah, no. Slide the other way.
I can't tell. I just
keep going. I got you live.
You got me live?
Keep going. Oh, there you go. Wait. You're good.
All right.
It's perfect.
Now, but I will say this. Am I good, Don?
Yes,
no, why are you... Wait, hold on.
The delay. No, that's the delay. That's
the delay?
No, I'm telling you, you're perfect now.
You swear?
You've been a little bouncy today. I've been trying.
Okay, I believe you.
He's squirrely.
All right, so
he is today.
We're going to take a quick break. Come back, talk to you guys. We've been talking a lot ourselves, but we want to hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. All right, Don, he led me the right way.
Don's right. Good directing, Don.
Thank you, Don. You led me the right way. I'm here now. We'll talk to you guys next right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Listen up, Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-471-9773. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-471-9773. 800-471-9773. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-471-9773 or biglou.com. That's 800-471-9773 or biglou.com.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Oh, yeah, baby. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. I went and saw, so I'm joining the NXT booth tonight to call these Evolve matches. So right. NXT is the show above Evolve. And they're putting on this NXT special. They're taking the biggest stars that we have on our little show, and they're giving them matches on the big show.
Nice.
So I reached out and said, hey, it's going to be in New York. I'd love to be involved. They said, you want to be in the booth? And I went, that would be awesome. So I'm in the booth with my guys, Vic Joseph and,
where's
and
the
Booker
booth?
T.
Yeah, where's are you ringside?
Ringside.
Oh, that's got to be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Yeah.
So you're
in the theater, not Big Garden. Theater. Tonight's theater.
Still, though.
Oh, no, it's going to be amazing.
Like, that's great.
So I'm sitting with Booker and Vic. Vic is the play-by-play guy. And I see Vic yesterday, and I go, hey, what's the plan for tomorrow? And Vic is one of the biggest ribbers in the business. Everything he says is a lie. Everything is a joke. Everything is sarcasm. So he's like, he right away goes, you're going to call play-by-play. And I went, no, I'm not. And he went, yeah, it's your matches. You do play. And I'm like, I know he's lying. He's the lead play-by-play of the show. He's not actually going to have me call play-by-play. But he let me play this game with him for a good 7 minutes before he was like, I'm messing with you. I'll ask you questions. Don't worry. I got the play-by-play. You just fill in the spot.
You should have been like,
hey, listen, man.
I'm running you over now.
Well, no, listen. I
It's my
said to him,
show.
I said, listen, I just know you're bluffing. I said, if you drop dead, I will be able to do it, no problem. But I just know we're not going to do that, so let's not play this game. And he said, I hope we do an in memoriam. And I said, I think so, but then we'd have to take a break and finish the show. All right, let's talk to the people. 1-800-919-3776. We're talking about the Cam Skattebo at WWE of it all. Yeah. And we're talking about Abdul Carter missing practice, which it was originally being reported he slept through practice. He reached out to Adam Schefter, strongly refuted that, saying that practice schedule time changed, and he ended up in treatment at the time that had become the new practice time. He was unaware of it. It was a mistake, but it was an honest mistake.
Now, also, though, it is an amazing observation to make, though, because you said it. It was faunted Cam Skattebo and
the New York Giants.
The Giants. This is the number 2 pick in the draft.
3, right?
Number 3 pick in the draft. He is like when usually a franchise, especially in New York, drafts that high. Player is like a really important player. He's part of your future. Everybody's excited about him, and he's right now 3rd most popular rookie on the team, and by a wide margin 3rd. Like far in 3rd place. And when do you ever see that? And I wonder how much of that is in the back of his mind. Because he hasn't been able to do much. Now, he does have 2 guys, one really good vet, one star vet, and another young vet, but still good player. So he's rotating minutes with these guys. He probably doesn't have nearly the amount of impact or ability to do things that he wants to do. They use him as a spy a lot, which is probably why he doesn't have a lot of sacks. He's kind of spying some of the running game a lot. And I wonder how frustrated he is about it. You know, like how he's seeing, they love this guy, Cam. They love Jackson Dart. I'm nothing.
You know, his friends definitely saw that on TV last night and were like, whoa, they're showing the 4th round fullback?
Yeah.
And not...
Don, you remember when Gilligan's Island didn't say the professor and Marianne, right?
The rest.
And the rest. You're the rest.
I know. That would
never happen.
You know what Abdul ended up last night? He was what me and Don would have been if, God forbid, one of our flights to the Super Bowl had gone down.
Right.
Michael Kay and others perish. We would have just been others. That's Abdul Carter got othered last night.
Michael Kay and others from his show?
No. We're just in with everyone else.
From his show? Others from his show?
But the whole plane. We're in with the other 274 passengers.
Oh, you mean not even mentioning that you were part of the show?
No. Michael Kay and others perish.
And another thing that the Giants could have controlled, right? If the Giants are involved in this thing.
Oh, this is a good point.
Are they saying, okay, how is this going to be fonted? Because we've got other stars on the team. This all can't be about Cam. Abdul Carter's going to be there. He's the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and whoever else is going to be there. Avoid those situations and say, can you please identify our players or don't identify them at all? You know, that could get worked out too, right? But these are little things that can cause, problems. You know, why are you getting all the love? I'm a better player than you. These are the things that cause tension that all could be just easily fixed. I'm sure the Giants were involved in this in some way. Would that be wrong for them to ask, all right, how is this going to be fonted? How is this going to be presented?
Attention to detail.
Is all the attention going to be on Cam? Are there going to be players that are going to be miffed because they weren't identified, that they were just grouped together? You got to think about stuff like that,
By the way,
man.
You're exactly right. It's a really good point. If you're paying attention to that, you would say, we want to make sure this is how we do it. You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
Hey, we want to handle it correctly.
How are we going to be perceived as an organization? We're the New York Giants, okay? Things aren't going very well for us right now, but we want to make sure that at the end of the day that our players and our organization come out looking well. Otherwise, we're not going to let you do this.
And it's actually, when you think about it, a bigger deal than you think, because realistically, guys, if things go somewhat to plan, because I hope nobody's ready to bail on Abdul Carter yet, right?
No.
Assuming things go to plan, even if Cam Skattebo has a great career, when the flashy moments and the friendship with Jackson Dart and the grills and everything else and the banging his head against the wall isn't sexy anymore, Abdul Carter's much more important to this franchise. Like, he in theory could be a piece that you're building around. Even your best dreamy fullback is not what you're building around. So it is a small thing, Don, that's kind of a big thing. You kind of played the guy, and I get it. He's had a rough week. But then he shows up on TV and is a no-name.
It would, because these things all can age differently, right? And the one thing we found out, that these things live forever. So how would it look if Abdul Carter becomes the next Lawrence Taylor and Cam Skattebo becomes just a footnote? And looking back that the next great Giant was fonted as others
Giants.
or other Giants.
All right.
It would just be like, really? But it's all. I know we think it's kind of petty, but it's kind of what organizations do, right? They think about stuff like that.
You're supposed to. Attention to detail.
Let's go to Frank in Central Jersey. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Peter, Don, Alan, how y'all doing today?
All right, Frank.
And it's about Cam Skattebo.
Mm-hmm.
To Don's point, the Giants have a reputation, and that was almost like a dog and pony show moment. John Mara must have threw up in his oatmeal this morning. But how do the Giants allow him to get put into that situation? No big deal that he was at the match. That's fine. He's allowed to do that. But how do they allow him to get orchestrated into that skit? Don't understand it. Bad move. I'm sure the Giants' statement's going to be from Kafka that it was handled internally, but I would like to get your take on it. And also, Peter, how about Maxine Dupree? She has really turned into some dynamite wrestler, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, no, it's been a great moment for Maxine. She won the Intercontinental Championship last night. It's been really fun to watch her come along. She's fantastic. This is an interesting piece to this whole thing, is where did the buck stop here? And we have to also be kind of fair and I think empathetic to the Giants at the moment. there's a lot going on with them, right? Like from a leadership situation on down, you have to imagine, Don, that at the very top of the franchise, there are a lot of people distracted, of course, with what's going on with John Mara. And understandably so, right? Like there is a more important thing going on with this team than football and then what people are doing, especially guys who aren't playing and what they're doing with their spare time. So I do understand it, but the fact of the matter is you have a gigantic, well-paid staff whose job, while John Mara is ill, is to make sure everything's happening, whether he's well or not doing as well. So the fact of the matter is, while I understand there's bigger things they're dealing with, Don, they do have to have an eye on this. People are paid to do this stuff.
They do, unless it's just to the point now that it's, hey, whatever the players want. Players want to do it, let them do it.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, you hate to think that because I was just thinking, I was thinking about the Hess toy truck. And it's better than ever. 2 racers, 1 amazing holiday gift. The 2025 stock car racers are loaded with action-packed features, including 67 animated lights, 5 realistic sounds, and a pullback motor available exclusively at HessToyTruck.com for $49.99 with free standard shipping and batteries included.
I'm looking for the drop.
Do you think that back in the day the Giants had to approve the Eli Manning script on Saturday Night Live?
I would think they'd want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would have. Listen, there were some risque moments there, but I'm sure they're like, and it's Eli, and he can handle it, and Eli was a big star at the time, but I'm sure Pat Hanlon and the Giants at the time were getting involved in making sure that Eli and the Giants organization was not painted in a poor light. All right? That's the stuff you got to think of from last night. Is anybody, watching over what the heck is going on here? It ends up being kind of important. But maybe, Alan, you know better than anybody that organizations are trending away from making the players partners and letting the players do what they want to do, spread their wings. Is it a case of, hey, we can't be that heavy-handed anymore?
Well,
kid wants to do it, let him do it.
How would the Yankees handle it if that were Anthony Volpe? Would the Yankees have no clue that Anthony Volpe was there?
No.
Okay.
I would. The reputation of the Yankees is that they knew everything that was going on.
They would know everything. They'd have somebody there. They'd have somebody there.
Somebody, I would go as far as to say, maybe Michael can answer this, somebody from Yankee security would have been in the scrum.
Yeah.
Like ultimately protecting Volpe. Like when the body started flying, there's a shield.
Zillow's jumping in front.
Right.
All right, so there's one team. If this were the Knicks, that's their building too, by the way.
Well, we
saw that already.
We already know.
Brunson.
We already know.
Brunson has a steel chair in his hand.
Yeah, but we already know. Like there was literally the whole everybody was around that. They were paying attention to everything there, right? Okay. Then Rangers are obviously the same thing as well. Okay. We know how this usually is handled. So you got to believe that the Giants were aware of whatever this skit was supposed to be, and approved it. Probably had their concerns. But wanted him to know, like, these are the things, like, just make sure you don't do anything stupid. I'm sure the trainer was made aware. Like, this stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. They know where their players are. In fact, the team, like, think about it. If he got hurt, he could have jeopardized his contract.
Yes.
He could have. Let's say if something bad happened and he got hurt and he could never recover and he can never play again, right? That guarantee money's gone. Gone. So there had to have been some involvement by the team. Had to have been.
And the way that it happened, it was probably a mistake to let them do it. Because it's probably been more negative than positive. Do you need it?
At least well, it has been
Giants
for Giants fans.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean maybe the rest of the country people really liked it and thought it was fun, but here certainly. Let's go to Kadeem in the car. What's up, Kadeem?
Gentlemen, good afternoon. This subject I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Subject is annoying. Don, I believe you said it in one of your famous rants. I don't remember the gentleman's name a couple of years back. People just want to be miserable. People just want to be upset. I mean, how soon we forget. This is the same guy that, what was the Giants bye? Week 4, week 5? They
haven't had a bye yet.
Huh?
They haven't had a bye.
The Giants haven't had a bye yet.
It's coming up.
What was it was a week that they were like, ask Cam. I think it was like maybe they had a Thursday night game.
It was a Thursday game. Yes, it was a Thursday game.
They asked Cam. They were like, so what are you going to do? He's like, nothing. I'm
play video
games.
House. Yep.
Exactly. And now the guy got a fractured ankle. People forget, like, the kid's a 21-year-old kid in New York. He can't play. You want him to just watch film for 18 hours a day.
Yes. No, you just answered your own question.
Yeah.
The general Giant fan wants him to be miserable watching film and be completely 100% dedicated to get back on the field and win. I'm not saying it's right, but you answered your own question. That's what the fans want.
They want him to be
miserable.
They want your players to be like Rocky in Rocky 1, where you live in squalor, you wake up, have raw eggs, and do sit-ups.
That's why Rocky
every
gets
moment.
the move.
Cuff and link.
No,
Love Cuff and link.
You're right. It's ridiculous, but I'm just telling you that's how fans are.
I know.
When you're a loser, you're supposed to be depressed. Only winners get to smile. Only winners get to go to Studio 54 and dance. Right? Back in the 70s, you know what? The Rangers went to the Cup in 79. They got to go to Studio 54. You ever hearing about any Giants going to Studio 54 in the late 70s? No, because they stunk.
They weren't allowed in.
You think Joe Pisarcik was boogieing down at Studio 54? No. Rod Gilbert, forget about it. He had retired already. He's still.
Kidding me?
Ron Duguay, man.
Forget it.
The 79 Rangers own that place.
They were ringing him out.
Right.
Yeah. Please. Oh, by the way, Don, here you go. This was turned around for you. He cared for me to stop crying in the corner and start being funny on the show again, like little yo-yo monkey boy. He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time.
Jokey so the people go laugh time. That's some pros, man.
That's the equivalent of me love you long time.
Right. It's the new version. Jokey so the people go laugh time.
Monkey boy, jokey, people go laugh time.
He cared for me to stop crying in the corner and start being funny on the show again, like little yo-yo monkey boy. He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time. May have lost Don.
We lost Don.
I knew it was going to be great.
All right, let's go to Trucker Gil in Brooklyn. Hey, Gil.
Yo, man, you guys are the best, man. I'm serious. I'm dying over here. I'm dying with Don, man.
Oh, thanks,
I'm
Gil.
dying.
Happy to have you. What's up?
Pete, Hahn, you're the best. You're my man, bro. I ain't even got to talk about it. I only watch you. I don't care who else is, broadcasting the Knicks. I only watch you. You're the best, bro.
Oh, there he is.
Don, you the man. Your name says it all, brother. And your gig with the hockey team, bro, no one deserved that more than you with the Red Wings, man. Nobody deserved that more than you. But, Pete, this is for you, man. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the guys are going to agree with me, okay?
Go ahead.
You are a real funny dude. You really are.
Thank you.
When you do things like that are not scripted or not even thought about, you just going off the top of your head,
he didn't even know he
short, not taking it too long. You really do, man. That's the glue. This is what Michael K. was telling you about, the monkey boy, clang,
Thank you.
The people laugh. You are, dude, and there's no insult. You brought a great atmosphere from hip-hop to sports.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And you got an innovative way of talking about the Maras and talking about the owner and incorporating all that in. Now, that's going to lead to my collaboration.
Here we go.
NFL and pro wrestling have doing collaborations since the 1980s. Tell those guys, like Hahn said, stop being hypocrites. They were 23 at once, and they love doing even worse things. Okay, I wish somebody involved me at Madison Square Garden and just do a little gig with a push and shove. Come on, man, and give me $50,000. Guys, keep up the good work, like the guy said.
Thank you, Gil.
The guy said all the time, the best trio in sports talk, man. The best. Nobody, hands down, you guys have it.
Thank you. The quote is the best threesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gil.
And there's not many other three-man
There could
shows,
be some good.
so we are the best since there's no others.
I'm not Mike Brown. That's a good point. I'm not Mike Brown, sure, and I'm not paid to edit stuff, but that end there, he had some good stuff to be used in a promo there.
I was going to say the next GKB meeting we have.
You know,
Can Gil just represent us?
Yeah, and instead of us going.
That'd be great.
Let's go to James in Pennsylvania. James, what's going on, buddy?
DHR, how we doing, boys?
Good, man.
James.
Good. Listen, this Carter story, it's really bothering me because I don't think it should be a story, and it can easily go away. Because as you see, he's defended himself real hard, and the coach can step in and help him out. Just say, well, he was getting treatment, and we changed the schedule. It's up to him to keep his schedule, but he missed it, so he got punished for it. And that's it. Let this story go away. Don't let this keep going on. And then now we're talking about he's been sleeping in meetings and all of this stuff.
That's a good point.
Very good point.
Which is it?
If it didn't have, because listen, you've invested something in him. The third overall pick of the draft is not nothing, right? His reputation has been damaged here, and if it didn't happen, then what would be the harm, Alan, if Kafka just said, "I want to set the record straight"?
Right.
He sat out the first drive because there was a miscommunication. To my knowledge, he has not been late. To my knowledge, there's been no issues. I was just disciplining him for that. Saying we've moved on or saying anything
In-house,
other than that is giving it fuel that it happened, and now you're damaging your own product, man.
I completely agree, and now I don't believe he spoke today, so maybe that's unless don't they usually do a conference call with the coach on Monday?
Well, today's Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Tuesday. Yeah,
I meant usually
yesterday. But yesterday,
you got confused like Abdul Carter.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be careful.
All right, sit out next segment.
So willingly, but I just he had enough opportunity post game. He didn't want to do it there. Fine. Yesterday, where was the opportunity? And I'm sure he's going to be asked about it. But I'm with you. This is now where you say to the head coach, let's put an end to this narrative by just saying what happened, and we move on. And that's it. Instead of let the speculation grow. And now this kid's reputation is really starting to take a beating, whether he deserves it or not.
In fact, where is it? Oh, Andrew Thomas was asked about Skattebo on Raw, by the way, if you're wondering.
What'd you think of Cam's wrestling debut?
Cam's crazy.
All right. That's not bad, though.
To a lot. I think that's the answer you'd get to a lot of questions about him.
Now, Thomas was also asked, what did you learn from a benching as a rookie for being late to a meeting?
It's just a rookie mistake, obviously accountability, and then you're just making sure that never happens again.
But it's coming to question exactly what he was disciplined for. You got to clear that up, man.
Yes,
you do.
That's exactly it.
They're not all the same thing.
What and how often was this? Again, there's two questions. What was it disciplined for? And was this a recurring issue that needed to be addressed? That's it.
Yeah, because now I'm going to think, and maybe I'm wrong to think this, that if they don't address it, then what they're saying is that, no, Carter's lying.
We don't want to tell you the truth because the truth is worse than what you're speculating.
Because if Carter is lying, what should the Giants do? Own his lie or just keep quiet? So that's what I'm left with. Now I'm left to assume that if the Giants don't say anything, that Carter's lying. And do you want your third overall pick to be looked upon as a liar?
Well, he is what he is, right?
No, but understood.
At some point, you got to grab
public
and say,
relations
is this really
isn't
what you
always
want to do?
the truth, right?
Yeah,
and that's why it's really important because you could definitely see a world in which one thing spread and it's just not accurate.
I'm not going to hold it up for you guys, but I'm going to hold it up for the viewer.
What?
This is on the Jumbotron here in Tampa.
What
You're
is
not going to see it till later, but it's hands juggling 6'7".
Oh, yeah. It's out of control. Hey, listen, fortunately, it's almost dead. That's the only thing we can be
the
happy
fact that
about.
hockey's messing around with it kind of tells you from just a relevance standpoint that it's near dead.
Yeah,
hockey's been known to pick up the things a little later than others.
Once it makes it to the once it makes it to the big screen in hockey.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Once it makes it there, it's over. So that's good news.
Yeah.
Talk about it Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah, Don. Well, Don, you should go first because I'm tired of you getting left out. So you're up first.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Are you ready? Are you prepared?
I'm always ready. You know that.
All right. So that's what we get next right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. Then SN128251. MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 financed. And 12/1/25.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Can't catch a break today on the Bronx River Parkway northbound. Looks like a new crash right after East Tremont Avenue. Traffic is at a standstill there from the Bruckner. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson, second choice West Side Highway northbound. Pockets of delays from the 90s. Cross Bronx westbound just slammed from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. They did pick up that crash by the Sheridan involving a tractor trailer. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 5 to 10. Outbound Hahn run you 20 to 30. Packed on the Staten Island Expressway westbound heading over to the West Shore. Bumper to bumper from the Verrazano on through. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really this idiot
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Sponsored by BetterHelp.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Talk About It Tuesday. As you just heard, we do it every day around this time. It's sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health.
Thanks for telling me about the cowlick, by the way.
I didn't even notice. Sorry, man. I don't have hair. I don't notice people's hair problems.
Sticking up like crazy.
You know what I'm saying, Don? I can't.
Got a haircut today, and it's a mess.
That's a YP, not an MP.
Yeah, that's a big-time YP, not an MP.
Yeah.
He's right.
Decipher.
It's your problem. It's a you problem, not a me problem.
It's your problem, not a me problem.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how we get down.
That's how we get down?
Don was going to start, but Alan.
That's how we get down.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't. No. We don't talk about these things.
We file it away.
We just. This is another thing now. I'll have to stuff down into that place.
No.
Where
The dark
it all
place.
builds up.
This is why we talk
and
about it
then that one day when it comes out,
it's
don't
ugly.
blame me.
Oh, it's ugly when it comes
Here's
out.
Johnny.
All right, what do you got, Don?
It's going after our network, but it's going after all the networks. So I'm having lunch today, minding my own business, right? Right across the street from the arena. I wanted to get a bite to eat. So I'm leaving, and I look, and I see the promo for Knicks Mavericks.
All right.
I believe it's tomorrow, correct, Alan?
Wednesday
when
night.
The Knicks play the
Wednesday night, yep.
And that's a 9:30 tip.
Correct.
Which will probably be a little bit closer to 10.
9:40-ish.
Waiting for the first game of the doubleheader to end.
Now, remember, they only wait a certain amount of time, then they just got to go.
All right. Because it happened to the Devils last Wednesday on TNT.
That was crazy.
Where the second game of the doubleheader is Devils at Blackhawks. So if people who don't know geography, Chicago's in the middle of the country in Central Time.
An hour away.
An hour away. So, which means when it's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock for us back east. So it's the second game of the doubleheader on TNT. The first game was Lightning and the Rangers. That game faced off at 9:52. So essentially, it became a West Coast game. The Devils in Chicago became a West Coast game. And the poor people in Chicago, they get an 8:52 face-off. The people in Dallas are going to get an 8:40, maybe an 8:45 tip.
Yep.
I understand there's only so many West Coast teams, and these networks want to have a second game of doubleheader. But especially for the Chicago with the hockey island, is it fair to have fans sit there?
No.
And watch a game that starts at 8:52 local time
on a Saturday.
Man.
On a Saturday,
different.
Sure,
absolutely.
Even on a Friday, even like I know you worked all day. Everybody works all day, goes to school all day. Maybe that's a long day. Saturday is fine, but not on a Wednesday.
But on a Wednesday,
no.
and the same thing.
Tough.
Listen, I get. What do I care about Dallas fans or Chicago fans? But it's still. And then the Devil fans or the Knicks fans on the East Coast, it essentially becomes like a West Coast game.
Yeah, you're up. You're up late.
It's happening in the middle of the country. For these games in the regular season, I understand you want the doubleheader and all that, man, but there's enough West Coast teams. The NHL just added 2 West Coast teams in Seattle and Vegas, okay? Maybe you can get away with it in Colorado and Edmonton where it's a 2-hour time difference. But for an hour to have a game start at almost 9 o'clock, I just thought was completely fair to the locals. It's unfair to the East Coast side. I saw that today, and I'm like, damn, Knicks fans are going to have to sit there and wait until maybe like 9:45 for a game in Dallas. Just see on a Wednesday, you accept it when they're out in California. What are you going to do? It's a 3-hour time difference. But doing this in Central Time, I think, is unfair by these networks.
And we're side by side tomorrow night, MSG. We're doing the game also.
Oh, it's a side-by-side vehicle.
Side-by-side vehicle. So we will have a pregame show. We don't know when it's ending.
And you know what's so interesting, too?
And then the postgame.
Is that all they care about is the networks. I get that.
Well, what rules the world, Don?
Right, exactly. But that's going to hurt MSG's local rating for a game that usually would start at around like 8:30. Now it's going to start after 9:30. You don't think that's going to affect the number?
No. I like to well, yes. It will affect the number because it's a side-by-side. And some people, when they see it's on ESPN, don't think we're doing it.
Right.
So we lose an audience that doesn't bother to check if we have it. But what I also like to think is the late games. So it starts around 9, right? Pregame and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you fall asleep watching the game, TV stays on, doesn't it? So that's why I kind of hope for that.
But there's also people like, I got to go to bed.
And you just turn it off?
I got a life. I got to shut it off. Because,
yeah.
Again, I know it's all about the network and what they feel helps the network get the better rating. But honestly, even in basketball, which is way more of a national sport than hockey is, all right, that the needle mover is going to be the local teams, right? The large majority of people that watched Blackhawks Devils on TNT were from New Jersey and Chicago, okay? So to cater to the rest of the country that doesn't care, they're going to affect the number back in New York.
It's a good point.
And even more so in the NBA with the side-by-side, you're trying to get a number on MSG.
Yep.
MSG didn't have that game. It was a standalone nationally televised game, so it doesn't matter from that standpoint. But you are affecting the local market to help the people that don't care. I understand you're trying to expand your national footprint, but at this point, honestly, the majority of the people watching Knicks Mavericks in the middle of the night on a Wednesday are going to be Maverick and Knick fans, and those are the people you punish for it.
It's a great point. It's been going on. It continues to go on. It's never going to stop. But you would think that it's sometimes that the league would say we can't do that. And I think NBC's worse. NBC's doing games where it's like 11 o'clock on the West Coast.
I know. And by the way, some of the
11
games
o'clock Eastern. Well, even locally, that's a late start.
I got to tell you again. If I became president, I'm doing away with time zones in the United States at least.
And we know how you feel.
No, but think about because first of all, Crimea River, I get it for a lot of people, but these regional sports networks are all in trouble. right? They're because between the cord cutting and everything else. And you're doing all these things that affect the regional. I was having a conversation with people like in San Jose, where the majority of their games are starting at 4:00 in the afternoon. Like, how are you supposed to get a number? They got a 3:30 pregame show when the Sharks are at the Rangers. Like, you have like a whole audience of people that are still at work.
Yep.
Like, we've got electricity, people. There are lights on every street corner. Stop it already. Can we just modernize, for God's sakes? The farmers will figure out a way. Okay?
So wait, are we turning?
Why can't we all just have the same damn time?
So is our talk about it turning from ESPN scheduling
to time zones
to now the full-on daylight saving?
There should be not even daylight savings. There should be no time zones. But here's the thing, Don. Whose time are we taking? Because we can't take
Central.
East Coast time.
I'll take all Central.
You think it's Central, not Mountain?
No, it's all Central.
Central.
I'll even live with Mountain. Now, wait a minute, Peter. If I am on Better Help, do I only get to talk about one thing? Like, if all of a sudden I move on to something else, do they say no?
The therapist says no.
Stay on point. Wait.
It's a good point.
You've only paid for
one thing at a time here.
No, it's a great point by you.
You'll
the
have
floor
to pay
is
for
yours.
a second
Keep going.
session if you want to.
He did miss 4.
Yeah, you had some backup there, so you got to get it all out.
Well, yeah, that's right. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a member of a team here.
Yeah, and you were treated like Matt Damon on Jimmy Kimmel.
I was treated like Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
It was Alan, Peter, and others.
Oh, wow.
And other.
Well, I do have something as well.
Please.
And I won't spend a lot of time here because I think we can get to this on the show. I think it's worth discussing. Because on a day when people are going to obsess over what Cam Skattebo could have done to himself from this little push with a barrier between him and the wrestler, and they were so concerned about the injuries, yet no one's lining up to protest their team, and really two teams, the Giants and the Jets, cannot come together to create a safer environment for their players. Real Madrid takes their field.
Thank you.
And when the football game got played last week, their field went to an underground greenhouse to be protected. Hold on, I'll go further than that. When the World Cup comes here next summer, they're not playing on that Repug field.
No.
They're building a pitch with proper grass because they don't want their players to die. Like Malik Neighbors. I'm going to go over some names who have broken their ish on the field here at MetLife over the last few years, just on the Giants. Malik Neighbors, Andrew Thomas. Actually, let's go Jets also. Aaron Rodgers, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Sterling Shepard, both with ACLs in 22. Jabril Peppers, an ACL in 21. Nick Bosa in 2020. These are just the big ones, by the way. That's not giving you the ones like Josh Jacobs this past weekend where it might just be out a couple of weeks because you basically bounced off cement. So we can all get up in arms about Cam Skattebo risking injury. But guys, these two football teams that use this stadium can't come together and spend the money to take care of their players. And by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this. When you want to sign players like free agents who are on other teams, if they've played there, they don't want to play there again. This is a problem, and it needs to be dealt with. Like, we're looking at all the small problems, trying to figure out the little minutia. This is a big picture problem here that needs to get solved.
Which also shows you that the ownership in New York doesn't care enough about it, because what they'll tell you is that we've already replaced the turf there.
Yeah.
We have this new turf, and this turf is better turf, but it takes a couple of years for it to settle in. It takes time for it to pack in, and once it does, studies show that it's better, and it's better for us and for this stadium that neither one of us own, right? We both share. It's 50-50. It shows you neither one of them wants to take the responsibility to say, you know what, if you don't want to do it, I'm doing it because I'm doing it for my team, and nobody's doing it. But here's the other problem. The NFLPA has been trying to get this to become a thing where every stadium is natural grass. Every stadium, natural grass. This is what we want. And the NFL saying, no, it's up to the individual owners, the stadiums, and there's all types of reasons why.
Why should it be
and
individual, though?
You know what it sounds like?
Huh.
There was a time where cigarettes had commercials on TV.
I remember it.
And they said, yeah, it can cause things. But, there's other problems, too, that cause that. So, you can't really just blame it on cigarettes.
Right.
And so
you could die of a million things.
We distract you from really the problem because we don't want to stop taking that money because it was a lot of money from the tobacco industry.
Well,
we didn't want to stop losing that income. So we kept finding reasons to defend it because yeah, it was killing people, but you know what? Car crashes kill more people than cigarettes do. Like, they were trying to find ways to show you that your outrage was an overreaction.
Well, so they can protect the
doing the
cigarette
same thing
industry.
in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the problem. It's how much is it going to cost us? It's not worth it for us. And then you see that field in Real Madrid in Spain and what they do, the painstaking attention that they put into when they built a stadium to say this is how much we value the surface of the field, is we want it to be this perfect. For our players.
With this, how much we value these guys.
Your team is building a new stadium, is it not?
It is.
How is your team not going to be the first one in the league to say, you know what, we're doing that?
Oh, they have. I pray
there's
they
technology
do.
that shows me we can do it,
and
I'm doing it.
And Washington's been terrible. Washington has real grass, but it's just been a terrible field forever, poorly maintained.
And guys
they
get
did a
hurt
bad
on
job.
that, too.
Guys have been hurt a million times. You have to get this right. And they're not leaving MetLife, Don, anytime soon. So this needs to get done.
Well, it just shows you how powerless the NFLPA is. Because if this were baseball, they would threaten to strike to get something done and get something done. But unfortunately, the Players Association in the NFL is so weak, and the owners take advantage of that. And also, let's not forget, and it's the reason why MetLife Stadium got a Super Bowl, is because the Jets and Giants paid for their stadium. So the NFL probably doesn't feel like, well, spend even more money to fix your turf. But if you really cared about your players, to Peter's point, that would get it resolved, regardless of how much money it cost. But look how slow they were with concussions. Forget it, smoking cigarettes. Look how long it took them to finally convince the world, or be convinced by the world that concussions were a problem.
That CTE was an issue with their players.
Right. So they're slow to this, but the bottom line is, you made a great point, Peter. At some point, they're going to lose a lot of face-offs in free agency. Why would I want to go play there and have my career cut short or my season cut short?
Yeah, listen to the guys who play there. Listen to the people who just show up there. I mean, the players say it literally hurts just to land on it. It really feels like they're not landing on grass because they're not.
And they downplay it and act like you're the one that's just outraged over
that's
nothing.
grass. That's grass there in Vegas in the new place.
And they talk about how because it's multi-purpose because two teams play on it.
Yeah.
Well, last I checked, in Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, if it's still called Heinz Field, I don't even remember. Two teams play on that: the Steelers and the Pittsburgh Panthers in college football, and they have grass. So why can't MetLife?
Listen, there's a cost to it, obviously.
Well, they'd
but,
have to.
yeah.
You talk about the amount of demolition that would need to be done. That's you're starting that in January because we all know they're not playing in February, and you're not finishing it. Like, you'd have to be done by August. Can you do something that dramatic?
I think
in that short amount of time.
I have to imagine.
And by the way, the World
project.
Cup is coming there. You know what they're doing? They're putting down real grass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then they're taking it up again. Don't understand it.
You have one also, Alan?
I have one. I can be quick because it's nothing like you guys brought up real world problems. I'm bringing up something that I feel like really bothers me, and I'm wondering how many other people feel the same way.
Go ahead.
So, Uno has decided to really ruin the game by going on social media and telling you all the things that you thought were in the rules, or maybe you just created on your own, saying, no, you can't do that. And so one of the things that was confirmed that someone asked, because Uno has, believe it or not, a social media thing, real Uno game that you can ask questions to.
Oh.
So somebody said, if you put down a draw 2, can the person who had a draw 2 put down a draw 2 card and make the next person draw 4? The response, you cannot officially stack a draw 2 on a draw 2. Now, I don't know about you.
Go ahead.
But we have played games where draw 2s, because if you have a small group, like 4 people, everybody could have a draw 2 in their hand at one time. You can get a draw 8 going here. Like, it can get dramatic. You can get aggressive. And that makes it more fun.
Yeah.
You take that out of the game.
It's not the game.
It's boring. Like, I feel like a wild draw 4, put that down. If I have a wild draw 4, boom, that's 8. You, next.
Yeah, that changes
the game. And I mean,
the game.
you talk about that gets rowdy. It gets aggressive. People get mad at you.
Oh, yeah. There's passion.
And
there.
that makes it fun.
Yeah.
So I need to talk about how Uno is really no longer as fun as I thought it was. Does anybody agree with me, or am I overreacting?
This is official? They've issued this rule?
Real Uno game is the Twitter handle, and that was the answer to a question it was asked.
Wow.
And I've always played that way. And by the way, I'm still going to play that way. Don't care what you say.
Do what you want.
Yeah, you know what? It's your Uno.
Yeah, but some people, they're like, no, the official rules are you can't do
Don,
that.
are you guys
and
at
that's
the
when
age?
you get kicked out of the house.
Are
you go.
Are
Can't
you at
play.
the age of playing Uno in the house yet?
No.
Oh, it's so much fun.
We play Clue.
That's fun too.
A different kind of game.
Yeah. But when you play Uno and again, the kids are older,
because Uno's an
it
interesting game. You can play Uno when you're 6, but then you can also play when you're 16.
Yeah.
It's got different things.
Especially when my mom, Stephanie, is just giggling because she has terrible poker face. And something like bad's coming. Like a draw 4, something's coming. Because she just has this look on her face, and then the kids start laughing, it just gets crazy.
But people do take their Uno very,
very,
very
seriously.
And that will do it for Let's Talk About It Tuesday, sponsored by BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy. Now maybe you want to get some things off your chest. 1-800-919-3776. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This whole idea that Joe Shane is just safe, and you have nothing to worry about is apparently not true. He's going to do the due diligence. All right, here's a folder on him, and a folder on him, and a folder on him. They will determine who they want based off of his information. He is hardly safe. Not that he won't be back, but it's not a slam dunk that he will be back.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month, call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Great teams employ players that look out for other players. Why would this guy with a half sack being taken at the top of the first round think it's okay to be late to meetings? That some veteran guy on the defensive side doesn't take Abdul Carter aside and say, dude, well, what are you doing? But that's hard to do on a team that just lost its coach, that's 2-9, that has lost heartbreaking games.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
One of my all-time favorite records right here.
Is it wrong? I only know this from
to
Office
be
Space.
a gangster. No, that's most people. Most people know this from Office Space. So good. I fell in love with this song. It was when the Ghetto Boys had a greatest hits album called Ghetto Boys Uncut Dope. You know how you do a greatest hits album and you throw one new song on it?
Yeah.
That was the one new song that they threw on their greatest hits in like 92 or no, maybe it was a little later, 95. And I loved it. And I didn't know anyone playing that record. And then Office Space, it went crazy after Office Space. I mean, that scene is so iconic. What a great tune. By the way, Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tully time.
It's Tully time. Rangers Golden Knights in Vegas with coverage following Dan Grassa at 9:30 right here on 880. Don's in Tampa for Devils Lightning at 7. Of course, you can watch that on the MSG networks. The Nets hosting the Seas at 7:30. Oh, I didn't realize the Celtics are in town. Isles face the Stars in Dallas at 8. And coverage of the Champions Classic will be on 10:50 at 6 o'clock. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blend, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And, of course, NXT, if you're a wrestling fan, is at the MSG Theater tonight at 7 o'clock. That card gets started.
It's not called Hulu anymore? I don't remember.
I think it is. I think it's called Hulu Theater. I'm just calling it the theater.
Yeah, I think it's just...
It's always safely the theater.
Yes, very safe.
By the way, I want to tell you, Don, because you got some traveling to do. I fired up just the beginning, like the first 10 minutes of the Eddie documentary.
Yeah.
And it's like indescribably good.
Wow.
I for some reason, the way he opens up from the second it starts, your heart is just immediately like, first of all.
So he's serious.
Oh, no, he's still being Eddie.
But is it like childhood and all that stuff at the beginning?
Like, he has a moment where he walks up to this, I won't give much away, but he has this moment early on where he walks up to a picture on his wall. And it's a kid's picture like you would take at a department store back in the day.
I saw this in the
You saw the clip?
trailer, yeah.
And it's of him and Charlie. And he's like, this picture of me and my brother, this is the reason my parents got divorced. And then he tells the story of his parents' divorce and remembers the exact moment and then gets into some stuff about Charlie, which, of course, we lost Charlie back in 2017. He was such a New York
It's hard to believe
fixture.
it's been on that long.
I know.
Yeah. And then they have interview stuff with a lot of great people, including old stuff with Charlie. But just out of the gate, you're just sort of floored by his entire story.
And what's it on?
It's a Netflix vehicle.
It's a Netflix, okay.
Yeah, no, you'll love it, Don. Right away, you'll be like, you got 90 minutes of your flight done. Now, Alan, you have something to pick up with Don, don't you?
Oh,
Don, you set off the teacher and Stephanie.
What
She's just firing off text at me right now about your time zone take.
Okay.
She said you can't stop the time zones. Then it'll be afternoon and some countries will be dark, silly. She said silly.
Oh, so it's loving, Don.
And then she said it's the do away with spring forward and fall back. And then I just said, well, why don't you just use Central Mountain as the standard? And she said, but what would the other side of the world do? So
why can't we just do it ourselves and not worry about the rest of the world?
What about Canada?
Well, but they're still in the same continent.
Right. Like, so time would be different there. Not only would currency be different, so would time.
It's tomorrow in New Zealand, right? They're in the middle of what time is it in New Zealand?
But it's the other side of the world.
Morning.
But it's the other side of the world.
Yeah, and everything there, they're all operating in their own way all the way over there.
I just don't think you could do it.
I think you do anything you want.
Well, you could do anything you want, but it wouldn't work.
Why?
New York City.
Because, again, you're talking about light. You're talking about all the things that do happen when the Earth does rotate.
Understood. You make
right?
adjustments, right? Do I like the fact that some people go to work on the East Coast in the dark and then go home in the dark?
But 8 p.m. in L.A., always sun all the time, basically.
Yeah. Do you think they complain about that?
I'd complain here. I wouldn't like that. Constantly just like, again, I
have
do
that
think,
now.
No, but there is something about, though, the Earth's tilt, all that stuff that has to do with time. And also daylight. That's also important.
Well, we'll adjust. I don't think it'll be that big of an adjustment.
I do understand the whole spring ahead fallback thing that everybody feels like is, obsolete. That I understand.
Where is it?
I believe
Arizona doesn't do it?
Indiana, right? Indiana doesn't do it, I don't think.
Yeah, there's one place.
Arizona doesn't.
Yeah.
Arizona?
I thought it was Indiana, too. Like, Indiana doesn't care. They don't bother.
No, Indiana, what the cool thing about Indiana is that you get more light because you're so close to Central time zone, but you're still on the East Coast time zone.
Okay.
It's all wow. Somebody explained it to me one time, well, you don't want kids, waiting to go to school in the dark. We got light now. I understood why we did it back in the day when we didn't have electricity.
What do you want this to be like? Is there a place in China, right? Isn't there a city in China where they tried to create like enough light that would be like a sun? So at night, it's this gigantic light that lights up the city when it's dark out. Have you seen that?
But we don't have to get that crazy. Like, how do they live in Alaska in certain places where it's
dark? Well, they don't. Not very well. They don't really love it there. Well, but some people just have to fight through it.
Then just tell your wife not to vote for me.
Yeah, you're not going to win.
Well, you're not there.
You're not getting the teacher vote, Don, and that's a very big vote.
It is important, Don.
Very
You're
important.
You're going to have to at least talk to them,
teachers,
talk through it, and see where you guys land.
Yeah.
You can't just go writing them off right now.
No. You need them on your side.
I got to show them examples on how we'd make it work.
All right, I'm worried about where things seem to be picking up. Business is picking up in Tampa right now.
We're hearing Tampa's getting ready for a big one tonight. They got 6-7. By the way, on the 6-7 thing, the Ottawa 67s had a 6-7 night. Of course they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hockey finally got it. That's when you know it's dead.
That's when you know it's dead.
You know how I love hockey, but hip is not a way to describe the sport.
No, it's usually late on things.
Yeah, and some of the music, the music too. Like it'll be a straight playlist from 7 to 7.
And also, and when spring training starts in baseball, because they're late to it too, they're going to start doing.
Oh, they'll be doing 6-7 in February, no doubt about it. Absolutely.
No, that we will definitely have like stupid things with 6-7 during the baseball season. It's happening.
Yeah. And by then, everybody will be sick of it. The Mets will have a 6-7 night.
Have the by
Very
the way,
Met.
if anyone is listening with their kids right now, you force your kids to listen to the program. Maybe like 10, 11, 12, 13, that range.
Mm-hmm.
Love to have the kids call in and tell us, is 6-7 dead as a result of what's going on with the adults?
Oh, that'd be a great perspective.
You got to have kids in the car right now. 1-800-919-3776.
Eye rolling. If you're eye rolling, if your kid's in the back seat listening, eye rolling at us talking about 6-7, saying they ruined it, we need to hear from you.
I got to get the timeline, but I suspect if you remember Laughing, right? I mean,
sure.
Peter may not remember.
I don't, but I know it.
Sakatumi.
The Sakatumi.
Yeah.
Did it die when Nixon did it? Like when Nixon went on and said Sakatumi, it had to die 3 seconds later.
Yeah, that's it. Nobody said it anymore. It's square now.
Well, Nixon, no matter what the age, Richard Nixon was the oldest man of all time. I've never seen him.
He was old when he was young.
Oh yeah, from the second there's visual footage that he existed.
Yes,
he was 80.
He had turkey neck and long ears. Yeah, he was 20.
And I don't know when, but he was always old.
They called him Unc when he was in high school.
It's like the opposite of Clinton. Clinton was very young for a very long time, and then
really liked the rock and roll.
Now let's see how fast Jacob is.
Shock it to me.
Let's see how fast Jacob is. And Clinton stayed young for a long time, and then when he left office and became a vegan, Clinton became like 80 overnight.
Yeah,
got real drawn.
Really.
Yeah. And I only saw clips because I don't watch the Manning cast. But George Bush
I just want to talk about Nolan Richardson and my Razorbacks.
That's pretty good.
W got old pretty quick too,
but not as old as Clinton.
No, W always had a young way about him. Kind of
he does look like an older guy now, which he is. But he still looks like a young older guy.
By the way, out of all the most recent presidents, isn't W the one that looks like he'd probably have a great time?
I mean, I think
he'd probably just hang with you, crack a beer, have a great time.
I don't know if you know this. He survived a presidency based on that. That was his number one thing. No matter how anyone. But don't you want to have a beer with the guy?
You know what I mean? But still, when you think about all of them, though.
Yeah, no, him and Barack seemed like they'd be a hang. Like you could hang out. I mean, Barack's a little too smart for you.
No,
you want to be able because you want to have George Bush
you want to be able to make fun of him.
You want to
be able to rip on him.
Let's talk about George Brett.
You want to you want to rip on him and he'll take it well.
He had a funny line because I think it was Peyton that asked him, "Did you always want to get to serve?" And he's like, "Well, did you see me in college? I wasn't really thinking about politics back then. We get in trouble."
And by the way, he's changed a lot over the years. That W.
This is me, Paul
listen,
O'Neill.
There are going to be.
I love Baba Booey.
There are going to be people that vehemently disagree with this.
Well, then tell us on the other side because we're about to hit 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we need a good.
For God's
take.
sake. Whoop. We'll do that in a second right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree. They're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. If you're heading over to MSG, State Farm Champions Classic College Basketball doubleheader tonight. Tip-off at 6:30. Driving into Midtown, definitely a better ride on the west side than the east side of town. FDR just packed both up and down. Heading over to the 59th Street Bridge. Cross Island southbound. Crawling looks like a crash over by the UBS Arena. Not moving much there once you're across the span of the Throgsneck Bridge on the Queens side. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound. Jam from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George, no big issues for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 5 to 10. Outbound Holland, going to run you 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At the 5-yard line, handoff Breece Hall, finds a crease, runs left, he's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown. Jets fans, clear the runway and be at MetLife Stadium for Week 13 as your New York Jets take on the Atlanta Falcons. Sunday, November 30th at 1 p.m., presented by New Jersey Lottery. Join us as we celebrate First Responders Day. Don't miss your chance to be at the game. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York, 5:03. Alan and I here in the studio in New York City. Don in Tampa for the Devils and the Lightning. We're talking about a lot of different things today, including Paul O'Neill and Bill Clinton.
Oh, I'd love to bring Mama.
And much more. But right now, one thing we haven't gotten to at all, and we were going to get to the callers too, 1-800-919-3776. Threw out some important things, including asking your adolescent or preteen children, is 6'7" dead now that the adults are doing it?
Right. Did we ruin it?
But speaking of dead, the Knicks are half dead, but missing several players, Alan. How bad do you feel, in spite of the shortcomings that they could have tied the game and they didn't? If you're a Knicks fan, how bad do you feel about losing 115-113, down OG, down Brunson, shooting 25% from three? How bad do you really feel about that loss?
I don't think you feel bad. I mean, you hate losing, right? And there was an opportunity to win it. And actually, it looked like the game was going to be over with like a minute, 2 minutes to go. And then they started hitting a couple of threes and made it a game. And then they had a bad possession late that really Deuce McBride had a good game, but had a bad finish, and it showed you how much they missed Brunson there. Now the Heat were also without Bam Adebayo. They're also without Tyler Hero, so they're missing two key guys as well. But home and homes, you rarely sweep them. So you won your home game. They won theirs. It was not a pretty game. The struggle was what you mentioned, 3. They only made 9. They struggled from the corner. You gave Eric Spoelstra 2 days after getting smoked, giving up 140 points to you on Friday. You gave him 2 days to get his team ready for the next game. Did you think they were going to be prepared for everything that you want to do? Of course they were, and they were. And so it forced the Knicks to do some things, find other places that they can get offense from. Landry Shamet turned back into a pumpkin. He had a great Friday night game.
2 for 11, not what you want.
And one for like
7
for 7 from 3. Yeah. So it's the problem is 0-4 on the road. So they play, as we mentioned already, in Dallas tomorrow night. Dallas not a very good team at 4-10. Like, you got to win a game. You got to win a couple of games here. They have a 5-game road trip, and they're not playing great teams. Orlando's a good team that Saturday. Then it's Brooklyn, and then it's Charlotte. Like, you got to get at worst 3, at best 4 on this trip. And get yourself, get yourself going. Because I don't know if you're watching the Detroit Pistons, they can't lose. They've won 10 in a row. They've gotten off to a great start. They've got a lot of confidence. So the early injuries, Brunson is kind of a day-to-day. We'll see when he comes back. OG Anunoby, you might not see him for a month because it's a hamstring. They're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks. So those are those concerns. But those injuries were happening to the Knicks later in the season. Is it better that they get them out of the way early and then get guys healthy? I don't know, but I like the way they're playing. Last night was just one of those frustrating games where the threes just were not dropping.
But you want to get the injuries out of the way early, period. I mean, you don't want to ever have them. You're going to have them. Right. You have them in November, December.
I agree.
When you're trying to make a run. And of the Pistons last year's Cavaliers, the surprise team that's going to dominate the regular season, but do they have it in them to actually make a run in the postseason?
Yeah, I made that parallel.
That's the question.
That's what because they're having that Cavaliers kind of start where they just – their schedule's a little light. They're not really playing the best of the league, but doesn't matter. But they're winning, and they're doing it sometimes without Cade Cunningham. He's missed a couple of games. They're still finding ways. So that team's starting to believe. They believed off last year losing to the Knicks. They came out of that. I spent some time. Get ready for the drop. I spent some time with JB Bickerstaff in the summer because he did he did some stuff with ESPN, so we got to talk a lot. And they felt like that playoff series, almost as disappointing as it was to lose, galvanized them and now made them feel like, okay, we've got something here.
Right.
And they came into this season with a belief.
We got to learn from losing, right? That's what the good teams do, is that they gain knowledge from that, and you wonder if that's going to make the Pistons better, or is this just a team that's taking the regular season seriously, taking a lot of teams that probably aren't. As you said, a little bit of an easy schedule to start. And maybe they end up being that surprise 1 seed, but will it matter once we get to the playoffs when you're going to have to get through a Knicks team that also has learned from losing, right? Not just last year, but the year before, and now with a new coach. And so I wouldn't worry about it, but you would like to try to get home court if you can. If you have to play the Pistons again in a hard-fought series, you don't want to have to play a possible game 5 and 7 on the road.
You won all the games in Detroit in the playoffs last year. You went 3-0.
But that's probably something that they learned, how to be better at home, it's a long way, man. That's why
it is.
We had our meeting talking about the Knicks. I think there's a lot to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's mid-November. And
it's too
so much basketball to be played to really wrap your mind around anything like that's permanent here.
No, there's nothing permanent. To me, it's more like I feel like right this time of year, it's like baseball. You do some check-ins. And I felt like, again, the homestand was a really good homestand, 6-1. There's a little check-in off a loss last night. But, as I'm watching more and more, I keep telling myself this is not a complete roster. Like, there's still some things I'd like to, like, by the end of the season, by the trade deadline, is there a way to target a couple of things? And last night showed you, without Brunson, you still need a backup point guard. Malcolm Brogdon was supposed to be that guy. He ends up retiring. He didn't have it in him to keep playing. So you still have, I think, a need for another guy that can handle the basketball, get offense organized, because McBride's really good, but in that situation, he looked sped up, rushed. He took 2 kind of bad shots. Still, Cat rebounded both of them and had a chance to score on both of them. One almost was a goaltend. The other one rattled out at the buzzer. So it's like if you had a veteran, experienced point guard in that situation, do they get a better shot? Do they get a better look at the rim? Are they able to get the win? So that's one. The other one, I still think they're a little short. I think they need some more size. And I don't know how you get another big off the bench.
So you need another big and another small.
Another big and another small.
So
at some point.
And the thing is, and I say this with complete respect, the guy goes so hard, Brunson, that you just have to know that they're going to be 10 to 15 games a year. He could be out. He goes too hard.
Which
That's
is
who
why
he is.
you need that second guy.
You need that real second guy with respect to McBride. They just need someone who you can really count.
Like some thought it might, maybe Tyler Kolek will get a chance. Mike Brown gave him a chance in this second-round pick now. Mike Brown gave him a chance early in the season, and then he has not gone to him since. So
he's tipped.
He's kind of let you know, like, okay, we saw it enough. And that tells me, okay, they've got to find themselves somebody, if they can, at some point this season, whether it's a guy that gets bought out, that happens a lot too. You get a guy that's bought out, a veteran who's good, but they buy him out, and then he can sign with everybody he wants, and you always want to go to a championship contender. I would keep an eye on that role because I do feel like, and you're right, Brunson's going to miss time. Brunson is also a guy that's going to play hard, and you got to save him from himself sometimes.
Dude, he's going to be – that guy's going to be
still
jumping.
Need somebody else out there.
He is going to be jumping and landing in the lane with feet everywhere multiple times a game every night, and you know the result of that.
Yeah.
Let's go to the people. 1-800-919-3776. This is big. Let's go to Dylan in the car who wants to weigh in. Dylan? Hey, Dylan.
13-year-old. Yeah, and my dad made me call in today.
All right.
He makes me listen to the radio every single day coming back from school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about the 6-7 thing, right? It's completely dead. I mean, it'll come up every now and then, but it's pretty much dead.
So when we say 6'7", you're not doing the whole 6'7".
You're more cringing and feeling bad for us, like, wow, they don't even know it's dead.
Yeah.
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 So
So
Dylan, what's the new and how old did you say you were again?
I'm 13.
13.
I'm in 8th grade.
All right. So what is the next thing that the kids are saying right now that we can ruin next?
I mean, it's nothing really big right now, but like, it'll pop up a couple.
Wait, can't hear you. Do you move the phone? Can't hear you.
Corny and like cringy, rather than like them playing along.
Got it. All right, Dylan. Thank you, buddy. This is important and valuable information.
That's fantastic perspective.
I'm going to need this because, like, the kids are going to be turning 8. They're going to start to. I want to be able to. The best advice I got, one of the best pieces of advice, is you want to kind of stay engaged with your kids and not just completely be the get off my lawn. You kind of want to know what's going on in the language and stuff. It's important.
That's great parent advice. Like, I'll give the example of Gracie, 17, listens to her music. And a lot of, like again, Don, you talk about your dad. My dad was the same way. I want to play some, get that crap off. And he doesn't want to hear it. And I'm like, no, this is good. Listen, it's garbage. And then you feel disconnected. All right, well, I can't listen to music around you unless it's your music. And, at this age, I don't like it. So Gracie has her music. And I was like, I'm not going to be that dad. Zach was the same way when he was into certain, artists and stuff, and he would want to play it. I'm like, let me give it a listen. I'll be honest. If I think it's not good, I'll tell you that's not good.
There you go. And sometimes people
there's certain, like, she listens to Tate McRae and Sabrina Carpenter and all these different pop acts. And there's some songs like, that's not a bad song.
You like the song?
That's pretty good.
No, listen, I think you have a great opportunity to learn from what kids like. Now,
yes,
sometimes parents go too far, especially like where we are in music, and Ebro and I talk about this a lot, where parents are like, oh, nah, man, the 16-year-olds say this is the best. And sometimes you need to be able to say, hey, tell your 16-year-old they don't know jack-ish about music.
Thank you.
And I'm glad they think it's the best, but that doesn't mean it's the best.
Right.
It means they're having...
But the more you listen to their stuff, the more they'll be open to listen to yours, because everything's cyclical. You hear songs, and I'll say to Gracie, oh, that's a sample from a song from the 80s, and I'll find the song and play it for her, and she'll be like, oh, wow, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Like, it's the song. They just flipped it and made it their own. And that's when they start to then open up, because you opened up to listen to what they like. If you are completely closed and tell them, don't play that garbage in my house or in the car, then you're not doing it right. But it doesn't mean that you have to then yield to them as if they are the...
Oh, yeah, they know everything.
They know everything. You teach them.
That was valuable. So if there are any preteens and teens out there want to tell us what the next thing is, now that 6'7's dead. We're just trying to learn. We just want to be slightly less dorky. Javier in Queens, what up?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for taking the call.
Sinister organ behind us, by the way.
I know, it sounds great. So I want to ask Peter a question, but before I do, Alan, are you as disappointed as me that Trent Grisham signed that contract? I feel like the Yankees played chicken with Grisham and
we're gonna do this in ENN. Trent Grisham did accept his qualifying offer. It's like 20 something.
22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that they're stuck with him, but it is interesting to see now. What does that mean for Dominguez? Does that mean that the Bellinger chase isn't as aggressive? Like it is interesting, but yeah, once they gave him the QO, he was gonna take it.
Yeah, I think the Yankees of yesteryear, you would have thought this guy would have been a $22 million insurance policy, but for how they're functioning now, he's going to start if they're going to pay him that much.
He had a good season. You got to hope he has another one. That's all.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So, Peter, today is the day where I'm so happy to be on with you because everybody earlier today was so out of their depth, right? With the Skattebo WWE thing, has it been brought up or have you confirmed? Everyone thinks this is like a WWE thing. I mean, there's the possibility that Skattebo's like a man, Dom stepped up to him. He's not going to sit down. Like, any chance that, it's just like, remember Hogan put Belzer in a chokehold and this guy passed out.
Yeah,
and
sure.
He had to get stitches, right? These things happen. So was that a possibility that was real?
No.
That's why the Giants need to be concerned?
No.
No way.
No. That part is no possibility. Now,
say what you said earlier, because you did explain.
Is there a possibility that there was a plan to do something and the plan went off the rails? That's always on the table. There's always a possibility that you say, hey, we're planning on doing a thing, and then this guy's going to come over, and then boom, 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 and then this, and then that. That's always on the table. No, I don't think there's any chance Cam went crazy when I'm just shoving J.D. McDonough. No. But do I think there's a possibility that because things went sideways, that maybe J.D. McDonough looked at him like, hey, do something, push me? That, yes,
because it was
an
awkward pause where everybody was just staring at each other.
Yes.
And it's sort of like, who's going to do something here?
Yeah, and then McDonough goes flying, of course, and it makes Skattebo look great. And in the end, all Skattebo was kind of nipped a little tiny bit by Finn Balor. It was nothing serious. Here, this is interesting. We got Mitch and Comac. Mitch is a teacher. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
We're good.
So I'm a phys ed teacher, and all I hear all day is 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". So I know Dylan's a little older. I work at an elementary school, the kid that just called me from 8th grade. But
that's different.
That is different, though. They're behind.
I'm doing the long jump contest with my students, and they all want to jump 6'7". They want to jump 7 inches. So it's all I hear all day, so it's definitely not dead.
Well, that's interesting, because that means it's dead to the 13-year-olds, but the elementary school kids who are behind.
Isn't that usually how it goes?
Yes.
I think it's when the older kids stop liking it when the younger kids say it too much.
Yeah, because now the younger kids and the parents are saying it.
They ruin it, right, when it goes mainstream.
So now it's ruined.
So trends are like hand-me-downs. Right? It doesn't fit the older kids anymore, so then the younger kids wear it.
Yeah, you take it for a while. Right.
I got to see.
Last year's fashion. Here, you wear it.
Do you guys, the question is, how long did it take for it to get to the old?
Like, when did it first happen?
Like versus when it started.
It was a TikTok thing, right?
It's an internet. It did emerge in 2025. I'm just trying to get a specific. It started with this song called "Doot Doot" by Skrilla.
Sure.
And it became popular because of these LaMelo Ball video edits or whatever. But I'm just curious about. So it sounds like March 2025 was already big.
It's about right.
In March.
Yep.
Don, when would you say you became aware of 6'7"?
Late summer.
That makes sense.
I take that back. I think the kids got it when they got to school. So probably September.
Oh, wow.
Because how would they have gotten it in
baseball.
the summertime?
I figured baseball practice and baseball, right?
It
From
didn't.
Marco?
I think it was more once they got to school.
Okay.
So on March 31st, this YouTuber kid, Cam Wilder, posted a video The video is titled, "My Overpowered AAU Team Has Finally Returned," in which a kid, Maverick Trevelyan, later nicknamed 6'7 Kid, is seen going up to the camera and yelling 6'7 while performing a hand gesture in which he moves his hands up and down with upward-facing palms.
It's supposed to be a reference to it being mid. Something being mid, right?
I don't think so.
I thought that's what it was.
So nice. Now you're putting too much logic into it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're making it mean something again when it means nothing.
So he just randomly said two numbers and thought it was great. And everybody thought it was great.
So it was, but he was taking it from a song in which it was said and sounds that way. So it's multiple levels of nothingness to get us here. And now to
that's
your radio.
America.
Yeah, exactly. That's 2025 America, baby. FanDuel is the #1 sports book for same-game parlays, from points and rebounds to threes and assists. FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live. All in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So, bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Peter to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA, 21 and over. Physically present in New York. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-OPEN-WIRE. Text OPEN-WIRE at 467-369. Haz in the car. What's up, dude?
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
What do you got for us, Haz?
So, I mean, when I first called, I said I was going to talk about, Abdul Carter and defend him a bit.
Okay.
And related to a bit of a high school football incident I had.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. Thank you for the call. There is no second screening process. People need to realize you get screened, you go on the air.
Did he think he was waiting? He was in the waiting room now?
He thought he was getting a second interview.
No, like he was now being put into the waiting room.
Yeah, because he was like, hey, I was going to say blah, 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 blah. And then we said, all right. And he just stopped talking.
So he was waiting then to be on the show.
Don, what is this further proof of?
It's just he was high as a kite, man. He was drinking the bong water.
So real quick, that means after he smoked the bong, he was so high that he was like, I just want to drink this water too, bro. I need a little more.
This guy smokes resin, man. Like he just can't go. He can't do without, man.
He needs more.
And
in the era of edibles, we are in an era where you could literally get marijuana beer, where you're just drinking THC. But he says, I like the original. Give me the bong water.
I don't know this for
Nothing
a fact.
smells worse than that, but I want to drink it.
I don't know this for a fact, but I would say in Jersey at least, 50% of the new businesses seem to be dispensaries.
Like Manhattan.
And I would say 50% of the people who go to those places are P1 listeners of our show.
Oh yeah, they call in.
We should actually we talk about places. We're looking at places to do remotes like the holiday party and the beach bash.
Man.
If there's a dispensary at a beach, I think we should do it there, man.
That is our crowd, dude.
We're our people. Listen, I love our audience, but they love getting high, and they love calling higher.
It's crazy. 1-800-919-3776.
I love it, by the way.
Yeah, no, have a good time. We enjoy you guys. I'd much rather have a bunch of stoners who are laid back and occasionally flub a phone call than people who are uptight and annoying. By the way, I have to tell you guys, Alan, Don, something happened after you guys went off the air in the 6:30 slot. That was big news. The slot that was once reserved for authors Michael was doing a favor for had something incredible happen yesterday. Danny from Long Island turned up.
Really?
You guys know.
After we left.
So I'm going to tell you what happened and take more phone calls next right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their saving. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0754711. MSRP $31,070. Zero security deposit. Ends 12/1/25.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. J. Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. No relief on the Cross Island southbound. Still have this crash over by the UBS Arena. Traffic is jammed there from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens on down. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, packed from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George, no big issues for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln delays are building at running about 20 to 30, all because of a crash on the outbound Helix on the Jersey side. Outbound Hahn, about a 15 to 20 minute wait. Over in Jersey, Seton Hall Pirates taking on New Haven tonight at the Rock in Newark. Packed on 280 in both directions, heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The post-crib assembly press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Classic. This is our show.
I haven't heard this song in so long. How old is this song?
My guess is like what, 97 or something? 95?
Yeah, this feels like late 90s. Actually, no, it might not be. It might be mid 90s. Like
it wasn't like a real song.
Like 96 or 7.
It's 2000. It wasn't a real song.
That was 2000.
It wasn't like there was no one who was like, "Oh, what kind of music you into?" And you're like, "Oh, Afro Man." I'm into because I got high. That wasn't.
That's a parody song, man. You know that.
You guys know.
Look, Mitch is in Edison. He's high right now. What's up, Mitch?
Good for you, man.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, bro?
Good, baby. What's up with you?
Up? I got to mute the YouTube.
Yep. See, that could take a minute. Go ahead. Oh, let me get your music.
Delayed.
Let me get your music.
Hey. What's up? I love everybody except for Alan has a little calic. I'm bald now.
See?
But I have a calic.
Oh, so you're mad? You're mad about my calic? I'm mad that no one told me that it was.
I didn't even notice it.
It's popping up like a malfalfa.
Listen, you look great. You have hair. I have no hair. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
you don't have to deal with it. That's the good thing. It's one less thing for you to have to deal with in the morning.
So is Peter like in the AA of wrestling right now?
Basically.
AA? Not AAA?
No, listen, I'm in the big.
I think you're in AAA.
I'm in the big leagues when it comes to the PLEs when I go to the big shows. But as far as a commentator, I'm basically AA. Yes.
AA.
Basically AA.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're
because NXT is AAA, but it's on big TV.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
It's on TNT?
No, it's not on TNT. Listen, we know there's a lot going on over there.
TUE.
It's not on TNT. It's on the CW. But I'm on Tubi. Are you going to be able to remember all this?
Oh, I'll remember everything. I have I was going to say photographic, but that doesn't make sense.
It's probably photographic.
I have a pornographic memory.
Yeah. Me too.
I love this guy, man.
Oh, I've never said anything more true than our audience.
The show of high
is the show of high.
It's all right.
No, I
if
get.
people
I'm not
feel like they can
anybody.
kick back and just after a long day of work,
whatever you
got
got, man,
chill. We're doing the right thing.
Whatever you guys got to do, man. But we're also for the teachers, Kyle and Petrog. Hey, Kyle.
How's it going, guys?
What's up,
baby?
First off, I just want to say thank you, Peter and Don. My wife and I got married 8 years ago. Not a sports fan at all. Didn't even watch the Super Bowl. Turned her on to TMKS, and she is a huge fan because of you guys. So I just have to say thank you for saving my marriage and household and my wife.
There you go.
We're here for you, baby.
Appreciate it. So I'm a middle school teacher. I'm in that 12, 13 range.
Oof.
6'7" is still a big thing, but it is dying down.
Good.
It is. Like you said, once the parents start saying it, the little kids, it's kind of not cool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The thing this week started, yesterday I wore a quarter zip. You know, just a nice, kind of casual, kind of professional. And all they could talk about, nice quarter, where's Mr. Gordon, nice quarter zip, where's your matcha? So there's this meme of the people who wear quarter zips versus people who wear Nike Tech. And the quarter zip is the professional, the nice-looking guy, drinks a fancy drink, and then the guy wearing the Nike Tech is not so much. So I don't know what that even means, but that's what the kids are telling me.
So you're the more like refined, right? Like you're that, whereas the Nike Tech is like the athleisure guy who's lazy and just wears like a golf outfit, and he calls that like dress clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like slacks that don't fit, sneakers that are dirty, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to wear a tie every day. The quarter zip's casual for me, but apparently I'm doing just fine right now.
I think it's a compliment. Good for you.
I agree. You know, Peter, I think that you should put on a quarter zip tomorrow.
Yep.
You know, and when you walk past a group of teenagers, you'd order a matcha from Starbucks and success.
And just hit them with a little, hey guys, you know how much this costs? That was about 6, 7. Am I right?
Right, you got me.
It's so funny though. I did hear that's become a big thing, the quarter zip. That there are kids who
because
are
of the
into
Mannings?
the quarter zip. No, I don't know
It's
where
all
it came.
Peyton wears.
Yeah, it's true.
I got a quarter zip. You guys remember, Don, a couple years ago, I bought a couple cashmere quarter zips.
Yes.
And yeah, I got roasted when I came to the show. Like, what are you, Eli Manning? I like
now you can wear them.
It's apparently the kids think they're in. Now listen, Rasan, our camera guy at Hot 97, great guy, big avid listener to this program. He wrote me, and this is very interesting. He said, in my house with a 7, 5, and 3-year-old, 6, 7 is alive and well. And I said yes, and that means it's dead.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's what it is.
Because if a 7, 5, and 3-year-old are into 6, 7, that means 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds.
Roll their eyes.
It's dead.
Yep, they hate it. Now they hate it. And that's exactly what it is in my house. Callie's the only one that finds it funny.
Right, and she's 10.
And she's 10. Right in her wheelhouse.
Exactly. But the teenagers, they're out.
Gracie cringes now. Please don't.
Michael in the Bronx, what's up?
Hey, guys. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I'm a New York guy, Knicks fan, Ranger fan, the entire thing. And I actually went to see John Cena fight last night with my wife at MSG. My birthday's on Monday. She got me the tickets, so I want to shout out her. But when I tell you the Camp Skattebo and everything that's happening on, we've got nothing to root for. Our teams suck. Knicks are getting injured. We haven't won. Let the guy fight. All right? He's going to recover. He'll be fine. Love you guys. Been listening since the Michael K time. Rosenberg, I'm a big fan. Love you guys, but just want to hear your thoughts about that. Just let the guys have fun. We got nothing to root for.
Thanks, Michael. I mean, as long as he's safe, because, he did just have surgery recently.
Right.
But as I said, as we said at the start of the show, and I think Don and I were on the same page on this one, is the vitriol that I heard all day today towards Skattebo, to me, was misguided. It is not about that. It is about the team that clearly had to know that he was going to be there, and they were fine with it. They cleared him to do it. They knew he'd be part of it. He's 23. You can't act like he knows better. He doesn't know better. He lives in a fantasy land right now. He played college football at a high level. That's fantasy world. That's not real world.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
They have,
and he thinks he knows.
They have doors that open for them. He thinks he knows. Yeah, very good line. And I just feel like, now he's playing in the NFL. Like, this is just what he's going to be. And he's having fun at a time where he's got so much energy, he can't play the sport he loves to play. He's jacked up on Mountain Dew. Just walking down the street, you could see it. So when he has the opportunity to just get a little bit of adrenaline out, that's what that's going to be. You're never going to stop him from doing it. And ask yourself, everybody that was on the pulpit today yelling at this kid, ask yourself, when you were 23, what would you have done?
By the way, Bart Scott, it just got posted. Bart Scott did some wrestling stuff when he was still an active player.
Absolutely he did. He loved it. Yeah.
He doesn't know. And it's sad because he thinks he knows, which makes him dangerous.
One of the great quotes.
I said it earlier. The people with all the vitriol are people that have no respect for wrestling, so they think what he did was beneath him.
Okay.
Or they just believe because he's hurt and the Giants are losing that he should just sit in his apartment and sulk and watch film and get better and be completely dedicated to the Giants' 2026 season. And that's just not realistic. Now, do I think the Giants could have gotten maybe in the way of this just because they knew it would be bad PR because of where they are? Probably. But the Giants aren't very buttoned up right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not. You don't go 2-9 every single year to start the season unless you've got problems. And they're in the midst of a coaching change, and you've got the Abdul Carter thing, and he was there. It was a bad look. As we used to say on the Michael K. Show, it's a bad optic.
Mm-hmm.
But to get crazy, listen, it was a perfect storm, unfortunately, for him, right? The Giants stink. There's nothing going on, right? We're in the middle of November. The football season's over. Nothing's happened with the hot stove in baseball. It's too early to get crazy on the hockey and the basketball. And a lot of really good people in radio found an open. And I can tell you, the people that did that are people that are just not very respectful to wrestling and believe that losers should shut their mouth.
Right. Go to the box, 2 minutes,
right.
Feel shame.
Feel shame.
And then you're set free.
Well, maybe for those people who are feeling that way, if they have that kind of sadness in their life that they would come after wrestling, they need a hobby. And maybe they should be watching more sports. And maybe when they watch the sports, they want to throw a few bucks down, and they do it at FanDuel.
There you go.
By the way, I crushed on FanDuel Saturday night UFC.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just kept throwing. So these kids,
I need to figure.
These 22. Well, I made like $600.
Nice.
That's a good
$600-700.
And I'm not a big. What do you say?
$600-700.
Well done, sir. Well done. No, but listen.
Jake's giving him a standing ovation.
I didn't know much about who was fighting in the prelims, and I just said, let me throw a little bit here and there. Did well, but listen, you can do same game parlays too, points and rebounds, threes and assists. FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same game parlay. You can track every stat live right there, all on one easy-to-use app, and it's the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head over to FanDuel.com/Peter to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA, 21 and over, physically present in New York. First online real money wager only, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text Open Wide 467. 467.
Get it back.
369. You see what we did?
Let's kill it. I mean, we need to kill it dead.
No, it's very. You know
dead.
what? Here's Noah in Manhattan. What's up, Noah?
Hey, can you hear me?
We got
yeah.
you.
So I'm actually, one would say, a 6'7" historian, and I saw someone earlier in the broadcast.
By the way, there's another
some previous lore that's not accurate.
Just really quick. There is another phrase they have for 6'7" historian. It's called idiot.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. No,
it's called lonely man.
Lonely.
Virgin. Is the other word.
It's fair. All the critiques are fair. But
All right, what do you got? What do you tell us about it, though?
So it first started. Very little people know this part. It started last year around October, November. It all spawned from a leaked song by a Philly rapper named Skrilla.
I said that.
He leaked the song. Yeah, he leaked the song on Instagram. Okay. People started to use it in the back of football hype posts. Like, they were looking cool on the field. It was just like their hype anthem. Then, on January 29th, the post that I would say started it all, the Boston Tea Party of the 6'7" movement, if you will,
okay,
was a LaMelo Ball edit, where street interviewers asked, how tall do you think LaMelo Ball is? They would answer 6'5", 6'3", 6'8", and then they would say 6'7", in which point it turned into a LaMelo Ball edit. Now, this started everything, and then all of these edits started to come in of LaMelo Ball, then it turned into Kobe Bryant, then it turned into LeBron James. That was the first era of the 6'7" movement all the way back in February of this year.
You know what? Now it makes sense what MSG did with me last week with that post.
What was your post?
We were asked a lot.
You did a cringe
about how tall I am. And a lot of the replies was 6'7". And I said, well, no, I'm 6'6". I didn't get it.
Close enough.
Now I get it.
That's what started it. Then the hands movement that came into this, there's a high school basketball player.
The one I just talked about. Yes.
Yeah. He started using the sound because Skrilla is his favorite rapper, and he started using the hand movement. That was what started with him, and he started posting it all the time. Overtime Sports started to post it all the time, and then Cam Wilder came into the picture, and then that's when 6'7" Kid came into the picture. That was months later.
So is he like the Paul Revere of 6'7"? Yeah. I mean, how do we apply? Who's his political?
Right. The virgins are coming. The virgins are coming.
Paul Revere is an apt comparison, I would say. I think that's fair.
Noah, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Why are you fascinated with this ridiculous thing?
I'm a big fan of music and music marketing. So I've been studying trends online for about 10 years. No, that's 6-7 years.
I love it.
I'm overestimating. So I study all this TikTok nonsense.
Wow, the brain rot, if you will.
No, that's good.
The brain rot generation, but I'm towards unk status at this point.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm still keeping with the times.
Dude, Noah, thank you. We need Noah in Manhattan. We might need you to be a regular interpreter of what's going on, dude. We might need you.
We might definitely need him.
Because
never mind might.
Yeah, we do. Because beyond 6'7", that's one thing, but there's so many things. Like the other day, I saw someone doing like a goof about, how kids talk, and they were like it was a guy talking to this generation about the way they communicate, and he used all their stuff, and it made you realize how much they have. Like, it's actually one of the most slang-laden generations I can recall. They're really out of control. I mean, a lot of it's just copycat regurgitation of stuff we've seen in the past, but some of it's not. And it is interesting. And we can easily just write it off as ridiculous, which it is, but that's doing a disservice. Your calls on the other side, 1-800-919-3776, and Anthony Pusick, ENN, at 6. And more of the sweet tunes coming to you from Tampa, right here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
If it was actually a possibility of taking the job, that Mike Tomlin is going to be sitting here and be okay with Joe Schoen being the GM. Mike Tomlin will always get the most out of his roster every single damn year.
I just can't see Mike Tomlin coming over here saying, I'm going to listen to Joe Schoen.
No! So why would you make any coach come over here and do that?
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
Great teams employ players that look out for other players. Why would this guy with a half sack being taken to the top of the first round think it's okay to be late to meetings? That some veteran guy on the defensive side doesn't take Abdul Carter aside and say, dude, well, what are you doing? But that's hard to do on a team that just lost its coach, that's 2-9, that has lost heartbreaking games.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom designs that let everyone know who you're rooting for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing stacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
Clinton Yates here. The holidays are upon us, and so are the savings at Total Wine & More. Discover thousands of wines, spirits, and beers like my favorite, IPAs, perfect for every celebration and every budget. From bold reds to sparklers, you'll find the perfect wines to raise a glass this season. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find only at Total Wine & More. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. See TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This whole idea that Joe Schoen is just safe and you have nothing to worry about is apparently not true. He's going to do the due diligence. All right, here's a folder on him and a folder on him and a folder on him. They will determine who they want based off of his information. He is hardly safe. Not that he won't be back, but it's not a slam dunk that he will be back.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
All right, a little game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time...
It's Tully time!
It's Tully time! Rangers Golden Knights in Vegas. Coverage after Grossa at 9:30. That's right here on 880. Dons in Tampa for Devils Lightning at 7. Nets Celtics 7:30. Islanders Stars in Dallas at 8. And coverage of the Champions Classic, which I know what that is. It will be on 10:50 at 6. College basketball, that's what I was saying. I know what that is. Wait, why do you think I had... What? How dare you, sir? Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And I can tell you who's playing in that game. By the way, speaking of basketball, did you guys see that Payne, the best player for my Terps, his injury the other day?
No.
Oh, look it up on Twitter. It sucked. This happens, man. Right, I'm going to describe it to Alan, and right away he'll know it's going bad. It was, I think it was a dunk that came off of the rim, and he jammed it home, but had momentum.
Oh, I saw that.
Swing on the rim.
I saw this.
Fell, and then he split in a way.
Split. Is it a hip dislocation?
So that's what it looked like. I never heard the final.
This was gruesome to watch him win.
I don't want to look at that.
No, don't. He also must have had some damage to the undercarriage because he landed firmly on it. And when the hip popped out, there was nothing stopping him. Like
so it was season ending.
Oh, it has to be. Now, what was it? A hip dislocation?
Let's see. Man, Pharrell Payne, he's the player everyone was most excited about. Terps then went on to win, by the way, off of pure momentum.
That's a tough one. I mean, the amount of pain he must have been in.
Oh.
And in college basketball, you have these. I mean, these guys have a limited time to be there, and
not really, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to make a rule where you can do 5 and 5. It's coming.
What do you mean 5 and 5?
5 years. It used to be you play 4 and 5. They might give you 5 and 5 now. That's on the table.
By the way, I did 5 years at Maryland. I was at the radio station every year, so why not?
I did 6 at Ramapo.
You did 6, did you? Look at you. You Van Wilder, weren't you?
Well, I basically...
You took up residency there.
You know those, the bloated, bearded Jim Morrison period?
That was you?
That was me my freshman year.
So you were like, were you like the guru that the freshmen came to? When like they needed stuff, you were the one that they came to?
No, I was just the guy that went to a Catholic high school, and now I was with girls, and nobody taking attendance, and nobody telling you your papers due, and I didn't have to shave every single day, and I just went berserko, and basically almost flunked out my first year.
That must
I was on academic probation right after the first semester.
So from the legitimate source,
what was the line that he said the
fat, drunk, and stupid. There's no way to go through life, son. And that was me. But what I did was I would cut class like editing reel-to-reel stuff and reading news in the radio station. So I made it work to my advantage.
Yes, you were doing the job. I didn't come here to play school.
So, by the way, let me just correct that. It's not officially season ending. They haven't said what it is, but it just looked like it certainly would be.
It's pretty.
They got him from Texas A&M. He was their best player.
Well, certainly there was a major reason why you thought it was season ending, Peter, because
it wasn't because it looked like nothing.
And there's a lot of reasons why more people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection. It's their customer service.
He's becoming different.
It's their savings.
That's elite.
During the More to Move You event. Get 1.9% financing on the new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SN 128251 MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000. Finance ends 12/1/25.
I'm going to call him. I'm calling you Neo the rest of the show. You're in the Matrix.
No, it's different.
That's the Matrix.
We've been asked to do these in segment. I'm trying to make it work.
I thought it should have been a drop. I wanted to just hear the one he did earlier because it was such a special. Oh, it's there. Hold on. Listen to the one he did earlier. I have it right here. Listen to this. Tell me this is a transit and turn down current Don because I don't want the noise from Tampa to get in the way. All right, listen to Don's transition earlier into a Hess read.
They do, unless it's just to the point now that it's, hey, whatever the players want. Players want to do it, let them do it.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, you hate to think that because I was just thinking, I was thinking about the Hess toy truck.
Come on, that's playing at a different speed than me and Alan are playing. We're playing the same game, but
no. This is he's got them. He's in the Matrix. It's all ones and it's zeros and ones now for Don. That's all he sees right now.
No, it's slowed. The game's slowed down.
It's slowed down. Right.
You know those days when Jordan would tell you like the hoop was just this big. Like he's just chucking it.
No,
out.
he's Mahomes right now. Like he sees the X's and O's out there. He's not seeing people.
Yeah, I'm a batter, and the ball's like a beach ball right now. I can't help but hit it.
It's so easy, man. Oh, my gosh. I got news.
Oh, big news.
The ESPN New York holiday party is back.
Yay!
Both the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg are bringing holiday cheer to your mother's house. That's right.
That's right, baby.
Your mother's house.
I'm coming to your mother's house.
But I love her, man.
In Garden City Park, Long Island.
Oh, yes.
Friday. Excuse me.
Are you
I'm
getting choked up?
No, I'm choked up.
Fired up.
Friday, December 12th, we are out there, all right? Once again, we're collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. It kicks off at 1 p.m., Friday, December 12th, at your mother's house, brought to you by Amazon Pickup. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a great, great day. It will be our first YouTube-era holiday party.
Oh, holiday party, yes.
Yeah, I mean, come on, listen, there's remotes, and then there's the holiday party and the beach bash. You know, different level animal.
Yeah, this is the mother of them all.
I would say the beach bash is the mother of them all.
That's
the grandfather.
You missed what I was doing.
Mother's house.
Yeah.
Your mother's house.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we do so many of them.
I know.
Like 6, 7.
The granddaddy of them all would be the beach bash.
That's the granddaddy.
The granddaddy of them
This is the grandmother of them all at your mother's house.
This is the mother of them all.
It's a big weekend. It's a big weekend. You got Friday is the big holiday party.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday
is
John Cena's last match in D.C. I'll be there doing the Peacock Countdown show, our last, I believe, Peacock WWE show.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday
is
I just got invited to the governor of Maryland. Just invited me to the official Hanukkah party.
Drop. Wait, what?
Yeah, the governor of Maryland. His person just reached out and said, Peter, any chance you can come to our... The governor... Let me see if the direct quote was the governor would like you. Hold on. Let's see. Because that would be... I hope that's what it was, or I'm playing myself.
You know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm picturing, Don? Peter's, like you remember
Nice
from coming to America? Peter's going to be out parking cars.
Oh.
It said, hey, Peter.
Maybe Peter gets invited inside to serve drinks.
So-and-so from Governor Moore's office. Hope all is well. I don't know if you'll be in the DMV the weekend of 12/14. I will.
Oh.
The one weekend I have in months that I'm there.
What are the odds?
Thanks to John Jenna. But I wanted to send you an invite for the governor's Hanukkah reception.
Now, how would
Do you
he know?
mind sharing an email?
How would he know?
Drop! That I would be in town? Or that I'm Jewish?
That you celebrate.
I think. Now, by the way, just so you guys know, Governor Wes Moore, this is a potential presidential situation.
Okay. Wow,
have you seen him at all? Watch a clip of him talking.
Okay.
No, Gov Wes is real. Oh no, he's the real deal.
So
I met him in the suite. We were hanging out when I was in Jay-Z and Michael Rubin's suite.
He can't help it. He can't help it. We need the gong right now. Wow. So you're telling me he's on deck?
Yeah.
He's on deck?
Is this about to turn into a read for decks? Please do it. Because if you want a deck,
I wish.
Black & Decker can clean your deck.
Right.
All right.
Power washer. Sales, get on that.
All right. Anthony Pusick is stepping in the room. ENN is next right here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. If you're heading over to MSG, State Farm Champions Classic College Basketball doubleheader, tip-off less than an hour away. Best ride into Midtown right now, definitely mass transit. We've got the Nets home at the Barclays in Brooklyn, just crawling on the BQE in both directions, heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound, especially tough. You're not moving much there from the LIE in Queens. All of your purchase, the outbound George, pretty heavy, aside from the Henry Hudson, Cross Bronx West westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound George, no big delays for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln going to run you at 20 to 30. They cleaned up that crash on the Jersey side on the outbound Helix. Outbound Hahn also a 20 to 30 minute ride. Solid slowdowns on the Staten Island Expressway westbound heading over to the West Shore from the Verrazano. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
All right, Peter Rosenberg on his way to Madison Square Garden, doing some big-time stuff for WWE tonight. So he is doing that, which means we have the great Anthony Pusick sitting in for tonight's ENN.
Well, thank you, Alan. I'd like to start, if I could, by saying good evening to Don.
They do, unless it's just to the point now that it's, hey, whatever the players want. Players want to do it, let them do it.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, you hate to think that because I was just thinking, I was thinking about the Hess toy truck.
That wasn't even his best one of the night.
You could tell it's getting busy, Alan, in Tampa.
Yeah,
we got movement.
It's getting close.
We have movement
in the background. Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh well, it's hockey. Of course we have movement.
The Virgins are coming. The Virgins are coming. I'm in everybody's way right now, but
you got a show to do.
You got to do what you got
do
to
we
do.
need? Do we need to do a line change, Don? Do you need to?
No, we're good. We're good.
We're good. Okay. I just want to make sure.
By the way, the YouTube graphics here. This is spectacular.
All credit to Kevin, Gina, that whole team on the Good Karma side. They've set us up quite nicely.
They've done a nice job
with the graphics, and they've done awesome. It's been.
I love the
big
QR code. That's handy.
Yep. Scan that. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube, come be a part of the chat.
And if you're a business that wants some, want a little partnership here, there's plenty of space on this page for your logo and a QR code for you.
Absolutely.
I like
We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Good evening to Don again.
They got him from Texas A&M. He was their best player.
Well, certainly there was a major reason why you thought it was season-ending, Peter, because
it wasn't because it looked like nothing.
And there's a lot of reasons why more people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
See, that's
you can't teach it really.
That was.
Yeah, I'm feeling it today.
No, that was your Reggie Jackson's third home run. Like that's what that was. Because the first two today were like they were pretty good. Like those were good.
Mm-hmm.
That one was in. It's all right. Now you're showing off, right? No. That's when Howard Cosell would jump. He would stomp all over the call of that play that you just made.
Now, as good as all of those were, the best might have been this.
He cared for me to stop crying in the corner and start being funny on the show again, like little yo-yo monkey boy. He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time.
All right, Don, I have a prediction. I am going to predict that I'm going to be Joe Lunardi here. I think this is a number 1 seed.
I think so, too.
You think it's a number 1 seed?
I think that's a 1 seed.
I think the fact that it got that kind of reaction from me.
Oh, Don was in tears.
Oh, no, I know that.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it ages.
Yeah.
No, it's going to make – it's in the top 16, I think. Jacob and I can agree that
it's top 16.
It's got a bid.
Well, it's not Penn.
It won the A-10.
Don't tell me it won the A-10.
It's a very winnable.
You're acting like a 16. See what they win the Ivy League? No, this is come on. Like stop it.
Listen, to get you in.
I like this one. All right,
This is a very good
I'm
one
watching
for
this one now for the rest of the season.
Very good one. And now, Don, this one.
No, he's still got a lot of tire left on that tread.
That's a flub.
I was going to bring that up yesterday.
It's okay. We took care of it.
I was hoping somebody would pick up on it.
Oh, we did.
Ambassador Johnson?
It's not quite to the level of taking off his penalty as a helmet, but
there's a moment.
It's stroke worthy.
The moment happened.
No, that one.
If you didn't have one, now you did.
That's a glitch.
There was a glitch.
That's a glitch.
But those are the best ones.
Oh.
If everyone knows taking off your penalty is a helmet, you know taking off your penalty is a
You
helmet.
just owned it. You keep it rolling. You have to keep it rolling. Guys, a lot has happened, believe it or not, in baseball today. This was the deadline for qualifying offers to be accepted by players who were given them.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to this.
And Yankee outfielder Trent Grisham, as was mentioned by one of our callers before, is one of them. He accepted his qualifying offer. Detroit Tiger Gleyber Torres has accepted his qualifying offer. Brewers pitcher Brandon Woodruff and Cubs pitcher Shota Imanaga.
Sure.
All will make $22.025 million this year. Now, of course, the most important one here is the Yankees, because we heard Cashman last week, the week before, on his Zoom call with the media, talking about how there's a chance they get one of Bellinger or Grisham, neither, or both. Now they have one, and according to John Heyman, this does not change their pursuit of Cody Bellinger, who is a priority for them this offseason, but Trent Grisham now back at center field for the Yankees.
And that means that if you're Bellinger, are you happy with playing in left field? Is that where you want to be? Or
first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is the situation going to be? But it also, if I'm Jason, if I'm the Martian, right? If I'm if you're Dominguez, like, all right, my time is now up here.
Right.
You have to know I'm going to get traded.
Well, not only him, but what about Spencer Jones?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be 25, I think, in May. Like, at what point are you going to say his best chances are with somebody else?
Isn't he out of option? Doesn't he have to be, or he becomes a Rule 5?
Well, the thing that
doesn't he have to be on the team this year?
I'm getting choked up by talking about the Yankees.
Yes, you are.
The thing that's interesting about Spencer Jones is this hurts Dominguez more than it hurts him, in my opinion, because the qualifying offer for Trent Grisham, I think it's this 1 year. Thank you very much. We'll see if you hit 30 home runs again. If you don't, we've got two young guys behind you that can
do it. Can they trade him though? Or is when you take the qualifier that you're locked in? I don't know how the rule is. I remember in the old days there used to be a qualifier that it meant you just were there. That's it.
I don't know if it's locked in. What I'm really distracted by right now is that we've lost Don. That's upsetting.
I'm still here. I just that we've had
can't see him.
John Cena. Well done by you. You don't even know you did that. Oh, look at you. So we're just gonna get a better shot here. But no, I think that this is good on the off chance that they don't get Bellinger and they don't get Kyle Tucker. They do have a center fielder. I'd like them to get Bellinger. That would make me much happier as a Yankee fan. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Interesting situation there.
Jeff Passan was all over a lot of the MLB rumors this morning. He had a big story on ESPN.com. Said a lot of different interesting things that would be pertinent to both the Yankees and the Mets. Mentioned that Kyle Tucker has a desire to win, so the Yankees and Mets should be in play for him. Even though Aaron Judge and Juan Soto occupy right field, Kyle Tucker an interest to both of those guys. We mentioned Bellinger. These are two names you don't want to see involved in the Cody Bellinger sweepstakes, being the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. I don't want them going to either of those guys.
Especially the Dodgers.
First of all, enough with the Dodgers. I mean, how many? Seriously, how much do you need?
They can get whatever they want, apparently.
They just won back-to-back.
I know, but
let somebody else have a guy.
Is he going to get to 450, 500?
Oh, yeah.
Do I hear 6?
Yeah, why not?
Do I hear 7?
Don's picked up on it. We've all done very good with this.
Yeah,
today.
no, we're killing it. I'm telling you, it'll be murdered. They chalk line this thing by the end of the day.
Pete Alonso, willingness to play DH offers sorts of avenues that a first base only mindset wouldn't. Could stay with the Mets, could go to Boston or Cincinnati, who desperately need a bat, as Passan mentioned. Don, do you think that Alonso stays?
I'm 50-50 on it. I want him to stay.
Okay.
But I think the goodwill was last year because of the home run against Williams, and he had a better year this year. But I don't think Stearns is a fan. He's a year older. I'm starting to lean towards him not coming back.
Well, this team might look a lot different, Don. Jeff also said the Mets are going to blow it up plenty. It's not just Luis Angel Acuna or Mark Vientos or Brett Beatty. Center fielder Brendan Nimmo, who's got no trade protection, and utility man Jeff McNeil can also be had. So it sounds like the Mets are going to dangle a couple people out there.
Don't you think it's like, don't you think when you have the run you had 2 years ago, then you go, okay, let's keep it together and see if you can build off it.
I know a team that
don't
did
build
that.
off it, and now you go, all right, you had your chance. Now we're going to rebuild.
Sounds a lot like the Rangers.
Yeah.
This would be, and now listen, the names you mentioned aren't going to get this player, but hearing it out there is Tarek Skubal. Now, Jeff did not say that he's going to be traded, but teams that would be interested, the Mets, with their money and can make him the highest paid pitcher in baseball history.
Gotta do it.
Or the Yankees, as he mentioned, with their pitching prospects, things that the Tigers would want if they did have the appetite to trade Tarek Skubal.
See, I don't think the Yankees can. No, not that I don't want.
Okay.
But in this economy, when it comes to a potential of a salary cap, I don't think you want to get stuck in a situation where, because you already have Fried, Cole, Rodon, like you won't be able to manage a roster if that happens. Now, I don't know what the Dodgers are going to do if there ever is a cap, but if you're the Mets, you have to trade for him. Like, it's not a question of should you, it's you must do it. And I don't think there's a cost that's too high.
I think.
Agree or disagree, Don?
Well, it's not a matter of whether I agree. Is Stearns going to want to go there?
I think that Stearns realizes that frontline pitching is going to be a necessity for
I think
this
he
team.
learned that lesson.
I know.
Absolutely.
You would think he learned that lesson but it all broke right the year before. So what's the one-off? The year before or this year where everything seemed to break wrong? He's got good young pitchers that contributed to a decent season last year for them.
Yeah, but 2 years ago, Don, what that was the end of the season it broke right. That didn't break right all year. That was a late year where it all clicked at the right time.
He doesn't want to pay pitchers, and does he want to give up a lot of capital
How old is Skubal?
To bring him?
Let's take a look.
He's not that old.
While I'm looking at that, by the way, something that Jeff said emphatically. Paul Skeens? Yeah, no, he's not going anywhere.
Of course not.
Not happening. He's 28, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, Skubal's the guy you give an 8-year deal to.
This should be something that excites both me and you, Alan, and Don.
All right.
Passon says, no surprise, Ryan Helsley, his Hell's Bells, they're going to go. They're going to go somewhere.
He gone.
They're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now, this might excite me and you. I don't know about Don. The Mets, of course, want Edwin Diaz back, Don, according to Jeff. Also interested in Devin Williams.
Oh, God.
David Stearns.
Take him.
David Stearns had a relationship with him, of course, in Milwaukee. And that's a comfort level for him.
Don, you want me to drive? I'll go pick him up.
We can take him wherever you want,
Don.
Donnie.
I'll send an Uber.
I'll
send an Uber X.
I
think I'm good.
Have they built a casino yet over there? We could take him over there. Say, hey,
yeah.
would you like to spend some time in the casino?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice over there in Queens.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm good. You can have Devin Williams.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, Donnie. Just let me know. I'll go pick him up.
Yeah, I'm good.
But Edwin Diaz, you'd love to have back.
Yes, but I'm afraid that when you hear the Dodgers involved, it's the same thing.
Man.
I was going to tell you, did you hear the team that wants him and who could use him?
By the way, Dodgers interested in Devin Williams, too.
You know what?
That'd be amazing.
I'll drive him to L.A.
That would be great.
Believe me,
I'll take Route 66, too. We'll take the long way.
We have the technology. Jeff Passon's 2025-26 MLB offseason preview, intel, and updates if you want to catch the rest of what he had to say. A lot of good stuff from Jeff there. Glad we were able to get to that here
yes.
In ENN. We do have an Aaron Rodgers update.
Yes.
He does have a fracture.
He's alive.
In his
Okay.
In his left non-throwing wrist, Coach Mike Tomlin announced Tuesday, will not need surgery.
Okay.
It's about bracing and securing it for his comfort and safety, and then it's about how functional he is. He did not practice. Coach said Friday will be a key day in determining Rodgers' status for Sunday's game against the Chicago Bears. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is missing a game against the Chicago Bears.
He owns them. You know that, right?
I still own you.
He has told you.
That's right.
Who's their backup? Is it Mason Rudolph?
I believe so.
Oh, God.
Well, not necessarily. I believe the kid Howard from OSU.
Will Howard?
Will Howard. I believe he just got elevated last week to be the backup.
That's amazing.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and I think one of his comments was like, I mean, I know I'm not playing. Aaron's here, so but it's nice to be in the mix. Well, you're in the mix, son.
Guess what, kid?
Might be sooner than you think. This is exciting. This excites me. I don't know how much it excites you, Don.
There's a lot of things
Alan?
exciting Anthony, Don. Did you notice?
Oh,
well,
listen.
why is everything being graded on the level of interest?
How much Don will like it versus how much we like it?
Because this is very important Pop-Tart Bowl information.
Okay.
As you know, we have lost 2 Pop-Tarts to, I believe they've called it Mount Heaven. 2 Pop-Tarts have been sacrificed at the end of the Pop-Tart Bowl in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, this year, there will be 6 edible mascots. and they will be Team Sprinkles and Team Swirls, 3 on each side. We'll battle head-to-head in an edible mascot showdown. And you, the fans, myself included, have the opportunity to vote on who will join the Frosted Strawberry and Frosted Cinnamon Roll in Mount Heaven. And that game will be on ABC at 3:30 on December 27th.
Why am I having... I'm having Archie Bunker flashbacks of what would Archie be saying or doing right now while hearing all this.
It's on ABC.
Oh, jeez.
So be careful.
Oh, jeez.
I talked to Chris Carlin. He hasn't gotten his assignment yet.
I want him to get it. Please.
He wants the Pop-Tart bowl.
He's got to have it.
Come on, it's so good.
He's got, but just listening to the sprinkles and swirls, why am I picturing Archie Bunker just with the pained expression on his face while he's listening to this being explained to him?
Look, we've admitted that a lot of these college bowls have jumped the shark. Yeah. This is one that everybody loves. It doesn't matter who's playing. Last year, I believe it was Anthony Beck's son, and Iowa State played in that game.
Yeah,
but it was one of the highest rated that wasn't one of the big ones because of the Pop-Tart sacrifice.
Dopey Pop-Tarts.
I know, but Pop-Tarts are very popular.
And Frosted Strawberry was reincarnated. It was a lot happened. The lore of the Pop-Tart Bowl will be remembered for generations.
It's so good.
Back to important things. Mel Kiper was on with DNR. And he's always got good stuff to say. And we're getting
he's
to that
got great hair.
A great hair.
Great hair.
And we've gotten to the point where we have to start talking about next year's draft.
Really?
And Mel was talking about whether or not this is an underwhelming quarterback class.
I can probably agree with that. In terms of Mendoza, he doesn't have the wow factor. There's not the tremendous arm strength. He's not going to be able to be a runaround quarterback, even though he can. He's underrated in that area. But again, guys, we say that about Peyton Manning. What's Peyton Manning have coming out? He didn't have a great arm. He didn't have mobility. His horrible pro day was one of the worst ever with the wobbly balls and the lack of arm strength shown at the pro day. So again, that's why I always get back to it's really Mendoza right now. You can see when you watch Mendoza the comfort level that he has playing this game, even with a new team like Indiana. You can just see it. And he's improved in the area of holding the ball. He can hold the ball, get it. He moved. Now he's getting it out. Now he's seeing things quicker, and he's reacting. He's lazy. He's trusting what he sees. So that's what I say. What's the best teacher? Experience, and he's had it.
Now, Mel, if you had to give a comp to the Indiana quarterback,
oh boy,
who would it be?
People said Kirk Cousins when he was coming out. I think that's underestimated. Kirk was a 4th-round pick. Now, he should have gone higher when you go back and reevaluate it. But in terms of Mendoza, I brought up Peyton because, Peyton didn't have any wow stuff. And that was the same thing they said to me. I had guys in the league say if his name was Peyton Jones, it'd be a 3rd-round pick. And then people reminded me, they said the same thing about Shador. Why didn't you just rank Shador as a 3rd-rounder? Well, if I'd have listened to that with Manning, how would I have looked? And I didn't listen to it with Shador either because it didn't work with Manning. And we'll see how it does with Shador Sanders. But at the end of the day, the league looks at it that way as well. There's some in the league that say they were not high on Peyton Manning at all. Some like Ryan Leaf better. Ryan Leaf had all the traits. Peyton Manning didn't. How'd that work out?
I love that he calls it the lig.
It's such guesswork.
Peyton Manning done.
But Peyton Manning was always going to be the one. Mendoza feels like that, but it's not to the level of Peyton Manning. But again, you're right. Archie, there was that whole connection. I don't know, guys. I've been around too long to see how much happens after the season is over.
Mm-hmm.
The pro day, the combine,
the hype that's built, right? There's so much hype that suddenly is built because one scout says one thing and everybody runs with it and it becomes gospel.
It just feels like so much happens after the season that we're evaluating as fans what they put the least stock in.
Yep.
And whether that's right or wrong, who knows? But I just have a feeling it's November 18th, right? When we're getting closer to April, it's going to be somebody we're not talking about that's going to jettison up the way Baker Mayfield did, the way Daniel Jones did. And it's going to be a different world in a couple of months than what it is right now.
Now, he was on with McAfee, I think, 2 days ago, Mendoza. Kid's very polished. He looks very young, and he is young. But seems like he has all the right answers. Said he wanted to be at Indiana because Kurt Cignetti sold him on, I don't know what the season's going to be, but I can promise you that you're going to be better as a result of it if you come here. And he said he was ready to take on the challenge. Now they're one of the best teams in the Big Ten. Has a possibility of winning the Big Ten, possibly making the college football,
which
possibly
is
winning the college
They're
football.
They're a better football program than they are a basketball program right now.
Yeah.
Which in Indiana, you never had that. Cignetti, I would take him as a coach in the NFL.
And I'll tell you,
they locked him up
Mendoza in Indiana has got Eli in Ole Miss kind of vibes to it.
Okay.
Where it's not your traditional football power, but he's playing in a football conference with big-time players that he's playing against, because that was the whole thing Ernie Accorsi loves. Like, Ole Miss is not a national championship-worthy team, but they're playing great teams, and it also worked to Eli's advantage that because he didn't have a ton of great talent, everything he did was exaggerated because of the competition. It's the same thing with Indiana, but they're good. Indiana's good, but the level of competition is also good, and that's going to help him.
Yep.
But that seems to be it, right? But are people going to trade up for that, Alan?
It is interesting.
I'd be
the Jets
shocked.
and Giants going to be like, if the Jets aren't interested, and the Giants obviously feel like they have their quarterback. Is somebody lower in the first round going to give a mint for the privilege of selecting Mendoza?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, especially if Ty Simpson comes out into the draft. I think he can make a decision, yes or no, right?
That's a name that, I believe Mel's mentioned
Alabama.
him. Not sure necessarily that he would come out, or more from Oregon. We don't know if those guys are going to want to come out.
To me, if you have the 5th pick and you give him a guarantee, they'll come out.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. Like, and I don't know, is it that big of a difference? One is a little more experience. The other two, you mentioned Moore. I had the joke of the hashtag less is more.
Yes.
But it's Moore and Simpson feel more like somebody that is, if you have a veteran quarterback in place, there's no rush to play, develop them, bring them along, teach them. Now, it could be a Trey Lance situation where they just didn't play enough in college to be able to turn it over into the NFL. But to give up assets for a quarterback that might not even be a first-round pick in most years,
I know.
I just don't know if I could do it.
By the way, that's a game to keep on for your less is more. Number 8 Oregon hosting USC this week.
Yep.
Then that's drafting for need and not player.
Yes.
I desperately need a quarterback. I'm going to make this quarterback into the end-all, be-all. If he's not, then you're really doing yourself a favor.
Yeah. No. It's exactly what it is. It's the desperation of getting a position player in a draft that doesn't have that position at depth.
You can't make it's like I want to get married, so I'm just gonna propose to you because you're available and I need a wife, and it doesn't matter that you are not my type.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work, and sometimes it works.
But most
the
times
difference
it
is
doesn't.
though.
Most times
the
it
difference is though what we get caught up in is a lot of general managers, I should say, is we get caught up in the idea of, well, you got to take a quarterback. No, I could get one that's already in the league, or the league, as Mel likes to say. I think there has to be another way that you can find a quarterback, and if it's short term, like what Justin Fields is, and then get me to the next draft, and maybe that draft I can get it. But I'm not just going to take anyone.
It's all about job preservation, right?
Right.
You lose your job if you take the wrong quarterback.
Yep.
Do you lose your job if you don't take the right one?
What if you passed on one to take another position, and then that guy who goes 10, Patrick Mahomes, turns into a legend?
I just don't know if you lose the job the same way as you do when you draft the wrong one. Because at least you have a chance of drafting somebody that could be impactful.
Well,
but if Mendoza turns out to be the next Mahomes and you passed on him,
doesn't look good for you.
No,
but it takes longer to find that out sometimes than the guy that you picked.
Will be last. Well, one thing you're right about though is that how does Joe Douglas lose his job? Because Joe Douglas actually had some really good drafts.
Yeah, but
the problem with Joe Douglas is he took Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Right.
And that killed him.
Killed him dead.
Well, you've heard Don and the Tampa Trumpets for about the last hour. He is down in Tampa for Lightning Devils. Don, when the Rangers played the Lightning, they were a shell of themselves, and it seems like it's very similar tonight.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Victor Hedman's not going to play.
Oh,
McDonough's already out of the lineup. They're
Who
getting
is playing?
Listen, the Devils look like they're getting some people back. For people that don't know, the warm-ups are usually not that big of a deal. It's another chance for me to memorize numbers and kind of get the line combinations. I'm really interested in the warm-ups because
we're almost
the Devils would not commit to Hamilton, Brown, or Dodonov being back, but they might be. Same thing with the Lightning. We're going to find out who's in, who's out. So very interesting warm-up I'm about to watch here in Tampa.
Well, we didn't get to talk about it yet this week, right? But the Jack Hughes injury.
Yeah.
Insane.
And how, you talk about, first of all, he was off to a great start. He looked terrific. And it's just, it's got to be the most frustrating thing for a player that can't stay healthy. But when he is healthy, arguably top 5 offensive player in the game.
Yeah. And
so how do they recover now? Because they're going to miss him for, 2 months, right?
Yeah, but he'll be reevaluated in 6 weeks. Does this make them go out and get a center? You're hearing some rumors about Ryan O'Reilly being available. Would they go after? There's a lot of different. They're always in the market for a little depth at center. Does this make them make a deal now, and then when they get Hughes back, they'll be that much better? But it's tough to lose a player of this ilk, and you feel terrible for him because he had that 178-game season. Otherwise, it's been a lot of 40s and 50s, and just not being healthy in the postseason last year absolutely killed their chances of beating Carolina. So I guess the good thing it's November, and he'll be back in time, hopefully, for the Olympics for him and for the stretch run for the Devils.
It's a good thing that it's not as serious as Elliot Friedman initially thought. He said it in one of his most recent columns that there was a possibility they thought when this happened that this could be season ending. Like this could be worse than anybody anticipated. The fact that it's 8 weeks now, when you hear that, you should thank your lucky stars.
That is true.
If you're the Devils. But Donnie, have a fantastic call. Looking forward
Thank
to
you, brother.
We'll be listening, watching.
All right, talk to you tomorrow, guys.
That's going to do it for ENN.
Very good.
That's it.
Very, very good. A lot in there. A lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball.
The only sport we were missing, we talked football, baseball, hockey.
No basketball.
We didn't get basketball. We have a lot of like the NBA.
LeBron's first game, I think it was LeBron and Steph both said Olympics not happening for them, but everybody kind of knew that.
Which we knew.
And the NBA issued a warning to Draymond Green.
Yes.
For the green-on-green crime.
Yeah. Which was also interesting. But also we have had some, like the start of this season there's been some crazy games.
Yeah.
And a lot of offense and a lot of scoring. And a Knicks team that's off to a decent but not great start, playing without two starters. And I think we got to get into a little bit deeper about what we've seen so far, just like dip our toe into the Knicks right now, what we like, what we don't like, and you can join me on that, 800-919-3776. That's coming up. Stay with us. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
If it was actually a possibility of taking the job, that Mike Tomlin is going to be sitting here and be okay with Joe Shane being the GM. Mike Tomlin will always get the most out of his roster every single damn year.
I just can't see Mike Tomlin coming over here saying, I'm going to listen to Joe Shane.
No! So why would you make any coach come over here and do that?
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just 1 day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry.
With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This whole idea that Joe Shane is just safe and you have nothing to worry about is apparently not true. He's going to do the due diligence. All right, here's a folder on him and a folder on him and a folder on him. They will determine who they want based off of his information. He is hardly safe. Not that he won't be back, but it's not a slam dunk that he will be back.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, I like it. I feel comfortable. I feel at home. I mean, it is dark out. It is evening. This is where it all began. Anthony remembers the evenings after the K show with Han Solo. So we got that taking you up till 7 o'clock, leading you into Dan Grassa, who then leads you into some Rangers coverage. Rangers and the Golden Knights tonight. 800-919-3776, the number. So we'll let's talk some basketball, because people tell me all the time that it's like, you got to talk more Knicks. You got to talk more Knicks. I'm like, all right, well, here's your opportunity, because I'm in full control of the show. So we were just discussing. Actually, before we get to the NBA stuff, I did ask this question, and we all can rely on Kofi when we have a question that needs to be answered. He's our Google. He's our Siri. He's our Alexa. And so, Pusick, if you want to know, with Grisham signing the QO with the Yankees, he cannot be traded until June 15th. So that's he's at least here for half a season. And so like that's locked in.
That's your center fielder.
Yeah, there you go. And again, if you're Dominguez, you're really starting to wonder, where am I going to play next year? And the Yankees might say that, oh no, we're still committed to him. We want to committed to his development. Maybe they don't want to rush him because he's young. But you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to be here, because there's a glass ceiling in my way, especially if Bellinger's part of the future as well. But on to the Knicks, because they lose last night, 115-113 in Miami. It's a home and home, guys. You remember the Friday night game was the 140-132, I believe was the final score. That game Friday night was on Amazon Prime. It was a crazy game. They lost Anunoby early in that game. They didn't have Brunson, obviously. Towns was insane. Like, he just had himself a night. And then in the second half, the bench went crazy, especially with Landry Shamet. So Eric Spoelstra has 2 days now to prepare for all the things that you like to do, the corner threes, the offensive rebounding, the physicality, and his team was ready. It's hard to sweep a home-and-home series in the NBA. It's difficult. And so that game was a grinder to the end. And the Knicks still had a chance to at least tie on the final possession to force overtime, and they just couldn't do it. And it was, you missed Brunson in that situation, clearly. And that's Captain Obvious stuff. I get it. Saying you missed the clutch player of the year in a last 20 seconds possession is obvious. But they didn't get a good possession there. And, McBride had a nice game, but Deuce McBride ends up taking a shot at first. The first shot he took was a weird kind of runner with plenty of time left. But they get the rebound, and then they have a stoppage. They do a jump ball. And then Deuce gets the ball. They win the jump ball, which was huge. So they have the shot at it. And Deuce drives again and throws up a bit of a crazy shot, misses, and Towns gets it again. And this time his shot, which was like a little Dirk fadeaway, rattles out. So it's what are you going to do in that situation? They didn't make threes in the game. They only made 9. They only took 36. They're not going to shoot 25% from three all this season. They're a good three-point shooting team. They're not going to have that struggle. That was a big part of it. That was a good game. It was a loss, which is frustrating, but it wasn't like they played bad, and they were without 2 of their key players. Towns didn't have a great game. He has really struggled with his shooting for the most part this season, which is surprising. But what are they right now is the question. It's still too early to make any kind of declarations. We got to get to 20 games. So before you make any declarations, you want to get to 20. You got, what are we, 13 in? So there's still a few more games before we can really say, okay, what does it look like after 20? But this was a team that went into the season that had some championship caliber aspirations. They were a team that, odds on favorites, top 3 to win the NBA championship. It was Oklahoma City as a repeat. It was Denver Nuggets. And then it was the Knicks and the Cavs tied for 3rd. Now the Rockets are making a case. They look good. Denver looks really good. The Thunder, they don't lose. And this Pistons team that the Knicks played last year in the first round, I'm telling you, I'm watching them, and it's like I'm a little worried. Like early on, they look like that team. Every year there's a team that you didn't see it coming. They look like that team. I don't know how much they can keep it going. They have played a favorable schedule, but the Knicks have also played a favorable schedule. They played a ton of games at home. They haven't won a road game yet. They're 0-4 on the road. So I have 2 concerns, and neither one of them are injuries. My concern for the Knicks is about their ability to defend. I want to see, that's an area, because their offense looks great, but defensively, man, they struggle to stop drives. They struggle to get out and close out on threes, which has been a story that's before Mike Brown. That was a Tibbs issue. They couldn't close out threes then either. And teams shoot a high percent. I think they're like 29th in the league in three-point defense. And in today's NBA, the way teams are shooting threes, you can't afford that. So I'm worried on the defensive end. Are they good enough defensively? Even with Mitchell Robinson. Even with OG Anunoby. Even with a guy like Mikal Bridges who's getting like 7 steals in a game. It's everywhere else. Teams are exploiting them, and they're getting threes up. Even bad teams get threes up on them. And if you want to be a championship team, you got to play championship defense. They are not playing championship defense right now. So while I am very optimistic about this team this year, this should, once they get healthy again, but this should be one of those years where it's like this is as good a Knicks team as we've seen in a long time when it comes to offense and the way they're scoring. But this year is going to be measured on, can they get to the finals? Can they play for a championship? And I'm watching them, and I'm saying that, they're still missing some things. I'm looking at other teams that are way more complete. We know the Thunder are complete. I need to know that they have all the pieces that you need. And I don't know if they have another ball handler off the bench that you can trust with the ball in their hands late in the game if Brunson's not available. I don't know if they have that. They might need to go get that because they thought it was going to be Malcolm Brogdon. He's not there. Then when Yabusele was signed, everybody was excited about his addition because he's kind of an energy guy. He's a good guy off the bench. He's a physical guy. He can shoot a 3. But, man, when he's out there, he looks kind of short. And I don't think that they have enough length at times. You need more size. So if I had my wish before the February trade deadline or when you get to the point of the season when some guys veterans get bought out and then they can sign with another team, I need to find one of those. I need to find a bouncy big man off the bench who's got, again, 7-footer with a big wingspan. Like, I need that. And then I need a veteran ball handler, somebody who's steady, who can handle the basketball under pressure, who can make good decisions. Everybody wants these guys, but when you're the Knicks, these feel like final pieces to the puzzle type moves that going to have to be done before the end of the season, I feel like, if you really want to close the deal. But that's what I see. Otherwise, it's a fun offense. Friday night was a fun game. They've got guys who can contribute on a given night, and the same guy might have a bad night the next night, like we saw Shemet. That's okay. Some games you just need one guy that's going to step up and give you a game when you don't have a full lineup. But this is a road trip that I told you about that started in Miami. That's a tough team. Goes to Dallas, a team that's really struggling. They just fired their GM. Everybody's hurt. No Kyrie, no AD. Then it goes to Orlando, a team that came into the Garden and they beat the crap out of you physically. And they're a physical, nasty team, but they do struggle as well. They had a good game it was the second game back-to-back for the Knicks, but they had a good game. You got to be ready to play them. You're going to have 2 days off in Orlando to prepare for that game. It's a Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock start. And then you go to Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's not trying to win. And then you play the last road game the night before Thanksgiving against Charlotte. And Charlotte's, again, they don't have a good record, but they're a pain-in-the-ass team, and it's the end of a road trip right before Thanksgiving. You might want to make sure you're locked in. How long do you go without Jalen Brunson? He's in a day-to-day situation. He's somebody that you got lucky that it's grade 1 ankle sprain and that they're going to evaluate him, they said, daily. He was on the court warming up, taking shots really, not really putting a hard warm-up in, on the court in Miami. That's a good sign. Now, he wasn't running around. He wasn't doing a lot of things. He was being very careful, very static with his movements. But that's better than a walking boot or not even on the road trip, right? So generally a grade 1 takes about a week to 2 weeks to get a full recovery. Now, he's also a little different. He's got that Vulcan blood. So he could be sooner, but I don't know. So a week is tomorrow's game. Would he be back for tomorrow's game? Remember, it's Dallas. It's where he started his career. Might be mean something to him personally. But if you're being smart and don't want to rush it and want to be sure, you can get a whole week and a half in, full 10 days if you wait till Saturday. And you play the team where you got hurt against, scene of the crime, Orlando Magic. Eastern Conference game. That's a little more important. So I'm curious to see what day it might be. But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him until next week either, because it's a different regime now. He'll want to play as soon as he can. But they might say, listen, it's November. That's the same ankle you hurt at the end of last season. Let's not get to 80%. Let's get to 100% before you put the sneakers back on, get out there, and do your thing. So 800-919-3776. Let's get some calls here on the Knicks and more. And it's Didier in Fort Lee. Didier, what do you got?
How you doing, Alan? It's Didier from Fort Lee, first-time caller. So I think the Knicks, I'm a big fan. I think they would be more complete. I don't know what you think about if we were somehow able to trade Brunson and maybe Miles Bridges for Giannis and a bunch of draft picks. I just feel like when I watch that Orlando game, teams are more physical than us. As you can see, they're going to put big guards or big forwards on Brunson. And I don't know. I feel like the team, there's less pressure on the team when Brunson isn't on the court. I know he controls the game, manages it well, but I feel like in today's NBA, I don't know, a stretch wing like Giannis, I feel like would make more of an impact. If we could somehow keep OG and Bridges, and somehow, obviously I'm being a little selfish keeping Cat, but if we could get rid of Brunson and some guys and some picks for Giannis, I think it would make a big splash. What are your thoughts?
All right, a couple of things here to start with. Number one, you included Bridges in the trade that you created, and now you want to keep Bridges. So you got to understand, first of all, I want you to know there's zero chance this is a straight up one team to one team trade if it ever went down. It's too complicated to make that kind of a trade with just straight up one player for one player, right? So you're going to need other teams and picks and everybody helping out, and it feels like an off-season trade if it ever came to fruition. We all know it's what Giannis wants. So now it's a matter of how do you make it happen when you're ready to make it happen, if you want to make it happen. But another thing I can tell you is Jalen Brunson will not be part of that trade, nor should he be. Jalen Brunson is the best player your franchise has had in 25 years. He has done more than anyone, including Carmelo Anthony, in a Knick uniform since Patrick Ewing. And so you have to understand that what you'd be trying to do, and I think what Giannis would want, is to have a guy like Brunson to play with, because that's what Dame Lillard was supposed to be for him. What you don't want to do is take away somebody like him, and who's your point guard now? Because that's what Milwaukee is. What you just did with that trade, that trade idea, is you created the Milwaukee Bucks in New York. It's not what you want, to quote a man. You want to have two all-NBA players, if you possibly could, on the team together, and then build properly around them. You need shooting because Giannis obviously doesn't do that. You need spacing for both these guys. Because Giannis is a guy that's going to want to be in the paint and drive, and he's going to want to push the pace and all that stuff. Well, Brunson goes into the paint as well. So you'd need a stretch five. Towns would have to be part of a deal like that just for the money alone. So that's why I told you, That's extremely difficult to do, especially in season. But you're not going to accomplish that with just Team A and Team B only talking to each other and nothing else going down. The Luka trade, which was 2 teams, that was a dramatic, rare occasion. Dramatic and rare that could go the way it went. And as we know, how it ended was the GM who made the trade is no longer in employment in Dallas. So you've got to be real careful with moves like this. I don't think you're going to see anything like that. And I think this gets quiet for a while. But if the Knicks don't have a run this year in them that gets them to the NBA Finals, never mind win the championship. If they don't get to the finals, then I think it gets louder again in June and July. And then you start to figure out, how do you get it done? How do you do it? But I think they want to see if this team can do it, and they still, I believe, might need a smaller piece or two when it comes to this team. I think this is one of the most complete teams they've had in a long time. That offense is insane. So you're worried about one game against Orlando last week. Did you forget they won the other 6 in the homestand? Like, that was a bad game against Orlando. Everybody recognizes that. It was the second game of a home and home. I mean, a back-to-back. They did not have energy that night. They were bad that night. They all admitted it. But I'm not ready to start, pulling the plug. But please, don't anybody come to me with a trade idea that includes Jalen Brunson. Please don't. That guy is going to retire a Knick. He should, anyway. All right, we'll continue with your calls. Last call crew, 800-919-3776. Little Han Solo with you here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York. All right, last caller, crew, 800-919-3776. Get him in while you can. The Knicks injury report was just released, and we do have an update that you will definitely want to hear. So they play tomorrow night in Dallas. We were just talking about this, and it just came out, this injury report, just a few minutes ago. So OG Anunoby's still out. Obviously, he's going to be out at least 2 weeks before he's even evaluated, so with the hamstring strain. But on the list, Jalen Brunson, questionable. So not out, but questionable. So that's technically an upgrade.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's what I'm saying. There's a chance. So we'll see. Again, Dallas is where he started his NBA career. It is personal for him. But that's not nothing. Upgraded to questionable for tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. No Anthony Davis, by the way, for them. No Kyrie Irving as well. So they're still missing like two critical pieces there. We continue with your calls, of course, 800-919-3776. Let's go to Rob in Brooklyn. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Alan. How's it going?
Good.
Pleasure talking to you. I just want to say I'm a huge fan of yours. I've been listening to you every day on my work break, and glad that you're finally joining the crew at night and talking with you and listening to you with Don and Peter. I'm just calling because I can't believe we just had someone call talking about wanting to trade Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I stay calm, Rob. I didn't detonate like I have in the past because I've been told that sometimes I talk down to callers, so I need to like dial it back a little bit and let people get it out. But the minute you mention trade Jalen Brunson for anything, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, I know. It's like we finally have something good going after, decades of misery. And
yes.
You think another superstar is going to want to sign in New York with the Knicks if we happen to trade Brunson after he gave us the great deal that he did signing that contract? I think a lot of times people just don't understand how the NBA contracts work and the salary cap. It's like they think in terms of like baseball where you just take this one player and trade him for another player. There's no salary cap. Everything works perfectly fine. Right now we're up against it with the cap, and I'm just looking at players who are, going to cost us basically nothing to try and fill a roster spot or be a role player on the team. There's one guy that I keep looking at as I'm questioning, like, why is he still available? Why is he not signed by a team? Why is he not picked up? He's a guy who's a true 7-footer, has the wingspan, can play the center position, was drafted.
Who are you talking about again?
Early.
Remind me who you're talking about again.
Well, I'm talking about a guy from Harlem, New York, Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba.
I feel like there's not a whole lot of 7-footers that grow on trees that can actually spread the floor and shoot it from three. I feel like he would be a perfect role player on this team.
I think they had him in Westchester, right? They had him in Westchester, if I'm not mistaken, last year for a bit, and then he got picked up by a team. You got to keep in mind too, a lot of guys like this get signed because you have your roster, right? So you're not going to cut anybody right now. But when you get into, the other side of the holidays, that's when you start making you can sign guys to 10 days. And 10-day contracts, that stuff. So then you start to – and then there's also in January where some guys who aren't on fully guaranteed deals, you have to guarantee them by a certain date. So that's when you might start seeing some roster movement. Now, if they had an injury to a player for the season and now it opens up a roster spot, then maybe they look at it and say, okay, let's do this. So I don't think you see a move like that until that time of year, right?
Right.
And I mean, look, there's 30 teams. 30 teams have decided that they don't think that he's – right now an NBA player.
I understand. Yeah, I mean, he's had his chances in running the league and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, the one thing that we're missing is like a true center that can actually give us something offensively, like contribute offensively.
Off the bench.
I don't know. I just feel like he would be – I feel like he's like a bit of a diamond in the rough. Like, it would just, fit the role perfectly off the bench for our team.
Yeah.
Being able to get some run and contribute.
It'd be great. I have heard he's got attitude issues at times. I've heard that. I think Orlando had him. They let him go.
Yeah.
So those are things,
Yeah.
again.
And then another guy, a guy who's like maybe could be like a Chet Holmgren light who's not going to cost us a lot of money. But what about Bol Bol?
Bol. I knew that. I was, you know what, Rob? I was waiting for the Bol because that's Bart Scott's first option.
That's Bart's dude, exactly, man.
Like I said, that's an area. Thanks, Rob, for the call. That's an area for me personally. I would keep an eye on. Like, Ariel Hukporti is a nice young player. They want to see if they can develop him. He has not seen any burn at all. And Yabusele, who they brought in, I don't know. Number one, is he in the best shape? Number two, is he tall enough? Like, they really at times can look small. And look at Golden State. Golden State doesn't have any size. And they got a lot of talent, but they do deal with the size issue. That hurts them. So those are areas of concern for me. Real quick here, one more. Ron in Orange. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, how you doing, Al?
What's up?
Yeah, listen, I just want to get your input on it because I know you're very good with your insight with the Knicks. My beef with Brown is that he just doesn't use that bench enough. We just spoke about Hukporti. That guy needs to be out there more.
But who?
When he's out there, he makes good Hukporti.
But Ron, for who, though? You see, he actually is playing the bench a ton now.
No, but these guys don't get in, Alan. They don't get in.
Well, who doesn't
He puts them in with 2 minutes left in the game and it's garbage time.
But Ron,
Can you give him 5 minutes?
No, you
can't.
No, because if you give him 5, you're taking 5 from someone else.
You don't have to have every game like that, but every now and then, could he get 5 minutes?
Well, I get what you're saying. I get
he's a part of the team.
I understand. I understand.
He's collecting splinters on the bench.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. What you're saying?
Can we see a little bit?
Yeah, no. I can I talk now? Yeah, I think there are games where there'd be a good situation to put him in, but Mike Brown has finally figured out the rotation with some of these new guys. He's got him in a good rhythm. I just think we're 13 games in, so that's where we're at right now. Wow, that's what it's like this time. I forgot what it's like this time. Well,
didn't even get to 7 for that.
We're all back together tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody.